had enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Monday.
I don't know.
What are you guys looking at?
I don't know. There's some montage of dignitaries dancing with
Africans?
traditional African tribesmen.
And then Obama.
And now they got Obama dancing with
Ellen.
Stupid Ellen.
Proving that he's a complete nerd. Look at him.
And then they had Hillary dancing with some traditional African tribesmen. I don't know why they feel compelled to do that. Because they look silly. They do they got to do the whole weird African dance, and they just look retarded doing it.
Hillary should have done the booty dance.
It's
Get that booty out and start shaking it.
She was like getting down and like bending her knees and shaking her ass. It's like trying to get one of those tribesmen to do like the chicken dance and make them look all silly.
The one thing with Obama, watching him dance with Ellen, proves just because you're black doesn't mean you're cool.
No.
Obama is such a nerd.
He's not a cool guy.
The more footage you see him of him just doing everyday things, you realize he's just a nerd.
Yeah.
Like he just wears the wrong jeans. He can't really throw a baseball properly. Can't dance, we just saw.
No. And that's like, Biggie. Should be able to
That hotel
shake a leg.
That hotel video is just amazing. 6 stories.
Oh, the one that fell into the water there in Taiwan or somewhere?
Where was it?
I think it was Taiwan.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
I thought it was because of a typhoon.
Oh, it was.
Come on.
Yeah. The water, the river right next to it kind of ate away at the foundation and it fell over sideways.
Yeah.
I would assume they got the people out, knowing that it probably could fall, but it's Taiwan, so who the fuck knows?
I was telling you, though, imagine if you had a late checkout.
Yeah, you're just sleeping, like, I get a late checkout.
God, this hangover really sucks. It feels like the whole room is spinning.
It's like the room is tipping over.
Right. Yep.
Oh.
Well, we're going to do a couple minutes on this UFC 101. Norton was asking me about it.
101.
God damn, Dana White, you rule. This guy knows how to take care of people. This guy knows how to run a company. Just an amazing guy. At one point, he's grabbing stuff from the fans to get things signed for people. Like
really? He does that.
This girl goes, "Do you mind? Could you give these?" I think she had like UFC type gloves. "Could you give these to Chuck Liddell? I want his autograph." And Dana White goes, "Sure, no problem," and grabs them. And I wanted to strangle the woman. She was sitting pretty much next to me. I didn't know who she was. I'm like, he's the owner of the company.
Yeah,
Leave him alone. He's a little busy right now, making sure this show's going well. But he took those gloves. He could have just said, "Look, I'm busy." He grabbed them, got him to Chuck Liddell. Chuck signed him, and then he walks him back to the woman.
Dude, none of those guys not one guy has been a dick in the UFC. Not one guy has been a dick.
And for Jimmy to say that.
Dude, they're all fan-friendly. They sign stuff. They'll take pictures.
Yeah.
No matter who they are, they're fucking great.
Chuck should have signed the gloves, put them on, and punched her in the face.
And then tattooed his autograph.
Yeah, right.
Who's Liddell chucked across your face?
In between the fights, though, they all just worked the crowd.
Yep.
They worked the crowd, near the cage. And, wow. That was my first UFC fight live. And I tweeted that I'm so in now.
Yeah.
I was sort of in. I was sort of like taking a peek from the outside, and I would listen to, especially Jimmy and Bob Kelly and Patrice when they're talking about this, because you guys seem to really know the UFC. I'm all in now. You go to one event. Well, then again, if you had seats like me, how can you not?
How can you not be in?
Right.
You fucking sneeze, you get on the fighter's back.
I had blood on my forehead from half the fights. I was so close. I am so in, though. I'm so hooked. All I want to do is talk about the UFC.
Did you talk to Chuck?
He said hi. He actually recognized me from being on the show. Tito barely recognized me.
Really?
Yeah, barely.
My brother got pictures with
I was sitting
Chuck.
right next to your brother, man. He had a great time.
Yeah.
He had a great time.
Those guys, a lot of times when they're in that fight arena place, like that whole in that element. I've been on the road where I've done radio show, and then you meet the guy, and you know him from somewhere. And then when he goes, "I'm so and so," and then you go, "Oh my, okay." But a lot of times it's in a different element. You don't recognize somebody.
By the way, it's fine that Chuck Liddell, he goes, "Oh," at the last second. It's fine, whatever. I mean, he's done our show, and he's done a million other shows.
Yeah.
Dana White, though, at one point came over just to say hi to me, and then because everybody wants his autograph, like they were crushing me from behind to try to get to Dana. And me and Dana just having a little chit chat. He's like, how you doing? What do you think? I'm like, what do I think? This is amazing.
Dana's big man on campus.
And then he's like, well, I hope the last few fights are good because I'm not too happy with the pay-per-view so far. And then last two fights, I think, made the whole damn pay-per-view.
Yeah, he wants it to be like he doesn't care
He's
about
never
the payday.
satisfied.
No, he wants the fights to be really fucking good fights. That Forrest Griffin fight, man, was even though it
Little
was
one-sided.
short. But we were saying before the fight, that guy who sat in here, he's a tough motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
And he got the shit beat out of him.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many bad dudes in the UFC.
And when
Yeah.
the fight started, you knew right off the bat. And like I said, I don't know. I'm not going to claim I have all this knowledge about the UFC, but to me, I was like, wow, Forrest Griffin is in the wrong place.
Yeah.
This Silva looked like he, was the way better man right from the beginning. And then people were saying, oh, Forrest Griffin obviously threw the fight, blah, blah, blah. Shut up.
No. For what?
He was
He
outmatched.
Against a guy who is probably favored?
Yeah.
Like, no
Wow,
one
he
is
threw it.
surprised that Silva won. I mean,
And it was no surprise because it was Philly. Every time it was a black versus a white, everyone cheering for the white guy. Everybody was on Forrest Griffin's side. And then by the end of the fight, Silva turned them all around where the entire place was cheering Silva, which I thought was really,
Like
really
Rocky
cool.
turned Russia around.
Right. But Silva was bobbing and weaving. He was kind of doing a Muhammad Ali
Yeah.
because he just knew that he was the better man in that cage.
He had it.
And then he freaking knocks out Forrest Griffin with a jab, moving away from him, it looked like.
yeah. But I think it was like a little short punch. I actually had to rewind and watch it.
But when you do rewind and watch it, you realize that was a hell of a hit.
Forrest's
Awful.
big blockhead just gets
And
punched.
Forrest was still moving forward after he was kind of knocked out because he was making a move, and how he fell was pretty amazing to watch. Let's say hi to Rob in Jersey. Rob, what's going on?
Hey, fellas.
Hey,
Hey, buddy.
I feel as though Anderson Silva kind of disrespected Forrest Griffin, to be honest with you.
Do you mean in the ring the way he was kind of bobbing around?
Well, the way he dropped his hands halfway through the first round, and then he tried to help him up at one point, just showing that he kind of owned him. For as good as a fighter as Forrest is, and Anderson took him apart, but I felt he did it in kind of an unclassy way.
Can I be honest? I saw that when he tried to help him up. I know what you mean about dropping the hands, but there was one point where he knocked Griffin down, and Griffin put his hands up. It almost looked like Griffin. I don't think he was trying to disrespect him when he did that. I think Griffin was just getting up, and it looked like Griffin was reaching his hand up like, help me up, even though he wasn't.
right.
I think that was just a courtesy. I don't think the guy was trying to embarrass him by helping him up. But I think that was just two guys who don't dislike each other.
I kind of like some of that showboating. I really do. When Silva was bobbing and weaving, doing a little Muhammad Ali action, I personally like that type of thing. I know the UFC tries to make sure that there's not too much of that going on, but it just gets you pumped when you're watching the fight.
hot dogging.
Oh yeah.
It also makes the other guy really want to beat the shit out of you. Like, I can actually see that as being kind of strategic in the ring, where if you're beating a guy and then you start taunting him, it makes him even angrier and he's just not as effective.
Yeah, and you want to talk about disrespect, and then Griffin ran out of the ring. As soon as he woke up from his little knockout,
From his nap.
he popped up and just ran out of the arena. And the Philadelphia paper yesterday morning said that Griffin ran because he dislocated his jaw. I don't know what's true, because now some people are saying that's not true. But supposedly he
said it was medical.
supposedly he ran out of the ring because he had a medical situation after getting knocked down. It's like,
Oh.
I need to see a doctor immediately.
'Cause he's
My jaw
lost
does
bef-
not feel right.
He's lost before. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like he got knocked out by a good fighter. It's like it happens. You know, these guys are all are all capable of knocking each other out.
Yeah.
So I don't see him running away just because he lost. It's like,
The one thing about sitting so close to a UFC fight that I just got to say is when you hear skin-on-skin hits, you just don't realize the sound that makes. And you're like, wow. And then, I mean, a guy will take a kick to the back, to the shoulder blades or whatever, and then will be beat red immediately. And then he's still just in there fighting. And Kenny kept leaning over to me going, that really hurt. Yeah. That hurts.
That hurts.
That one hurt. When the guy's getting a real hard kick to the shin, he goes, that really hurts.
so who was the crowd? Were they rooting for BJ or for Kenny Florian?
That's a wow. I got it to remember back now. What,
mixed?
Kenny?
It was mixed.
It was mixed, right?
Yeah.
That's about what I was going to
Because
say.
Florian's, I think he's from Boston. His whole family is like all martial artists. Like,
Well, Florian was basically saying what? BJ Penn's the master, and I have to kill the master. And he
he was-
also said that he's going to take out BJ in the first round, and then they show BJ in the highlights going, did he really say that? All pissed off. I'm so in, bro.
yeah, it's great.
Where are we flying to next? Screw the radio show. We're going to be fanboys of the UFC.
Dude, I am like a fuck. Did you meet Reed?
No.
There's a guy named Reed Harris who's a buddy of mine. And
Robert?
yeah, no, right. I said, do you live like? And he just takes you, introduces you to everyone. I don't even know if he was at this one. I imagine he was. He's always with Chuck.
I don't know.
Okay, I think.
Yeah, I didn't meet him. So
he's Chuck's manager.
Kenny, what do you think? You like? You and Douglas like?
Yes.
Yes.
But, I do that sort of thing, so it's a way of life
Get
for
knocked.
me.
Yeah, hopefully what Forrest Griffin did. Get knocked out and run.
What was your favorite fight, Kenny?
I enjoyed every fight equally.
How much do you weigh?
Jesus Christ! Are you
I
kidding
go,
me? You were pretty much in the front row. Dana White is expecting you to give a little something on the radio on Monday. What do you think of the freaking experience?
No, I sent my thank you email about how, classy and professional an operation the UFC is.
You can't not notice that. The fuck. And it's so well run, and it's fan friendly, which is another thing that so many of these other stupid athletes don't understand. It's like if you treat fans good, they're never going to forget it. They're going to be loyal.
And I'm also this close to feeling like you do to as far as baseball players go. Everybody, and I mean everybody, was working the crowd and taking pictures and autographs, except for one fucking guy. Except for a few guys. The Phillies came in after I think they lost, so they came in for the pay-per-view. And most of the guys, weren't taking pictures or signing autographs. But most people, they were staying away. But this Jason, I think his name's Jason Worth of the Phillies, is the biggest douchebag.
I don't know who he is.
Blew us off 3 times for a picture. 3 times. Because
How
at
do you
one
get
point he
3
goes,
times?
because he was right there. And he wasn't taking pictures with anybody. He's like, nah.
That's like 3 strikes. He's out.
He just came across as a real big dick.
I can't stand most of those motherfuckers, man. I mean by that,
Now
I mean
I
most
understand.
baseball players can't
Because the
stand them.
UFC guys couldn't. Yeah, they're like, yeah, sure, whatever you want. Like they were almost missing fights because they were taking so many pictures. And he's like, nah. 3 times.
Would
And
you
it wasn't-
ask 3 times?
Well, it was a group of us, so it wasn't.
okay.
It didn't even look like it was the same guy.
all right.
It was just 3 people in my group separately asking. Because at one point he goes, no, not now. So someone goes, well, are you ready to take pictures? Like trying to cater to him.
Are you ready?
Ugh.
Yeah, just another douchey athlete. What a shock.
Yeah.
I can't stand them. Can't stand baseball players.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with baseball players. They just think they're way above everybody else as far as in that athletic world goes.
I know, and then here's these guys who are just really just fucking beating the shit out of each other, and they couldn't be nicer.
You couldn't
They
be.
could not be more pleasant. Even the ones that don't speak English, at least nod politely when you're praising them.
Yeah, Tito was working the crowd. It was just, and then there was a fight in the stands. I don't even remember who was fighting in the cage when this happened because it was about a 10-minute fight, and the entire crowd just looked sideways. From our vantage point, we really couldn't see what was going on. Finally, on YouTube, someone's got a video up, and it's amazing. This one girl, I don't know who started the fight, but this one girl's motherfucking like crazy from a distance, and I'm like, oh, that's real brave. And then all of a sudden, she just charges forward and throws
Lunges.
a right. If we can find that video, it's on YouTube. It's everywhere today. Just throws a right, and the place goes
Crazy
nuts.
bitch.
Why would they fight? She was arguing with another chick?
I don't know. I don't. It was too far away. I didn't really see it. I just saw everyone's head. Everyone was just standing up and turning to the right
That's just Philly. I mean, they
for
have that
10
happen.
straight minutes.
They have that happen if the Pope does an appearance with more than 500 people. Fucking 2 chicks are going to fight.
2 chicks going at it.
Hey, did you see Rogan?
Of course,
Oh, you talked to him?
yeah. I went to the Helium Club on Friday for his set. He decided to do like 2.5 hours.
Oh, did he really?
He was just.
He's hysterical.
He was
man.
just feeling it, and just I'm like, holy shit, it's 1:30.
Yeah.
And because
He
it's
doesn't
Friday
care.
night, we've been up since what 4:30.
Yeah.
So I was pushing 24 hours. I was tired, but he put on a great set at the Helium Comedy Club. I want to thank them for taking care of us as well. So it was a nice Philly weekend.
Yeah, I wish I would have. I couldn't go because I'm preparing. I'm timing out the stuff for Leno's show, and it's on a time. I'm on a schedule where it has to be timed. I just want it to be timed out by a certain time, and I'm trying to take like 9 minutes of shit and put it down into 5 minutes. And
That's a pain in the ass, right?
Yeah, it's just an issue of I'm very very pressed. for
When do you
time.
do the first one?
I don't know, but I know I have to go out at the end of August just to do certain we would do test shows, which every show does that in front of an audience, just to see how everything times out and how the lighting is. It's like all these little weird things because they haven't done any shows yet.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of I want to be completely prepared when I go. I don't want to be fucking. I think this is going to work.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
has to work in front of an audience.
Jimmy's smart.
Let's say hi to Sean in Illinois. Sean,
Hey, what's up?
do we have that
What's
chick
going on,
fight on YouTube?
This monitor's out today.
Oh, it's out today? Oh, that's going to be
What
a
the
problem.
fuck?
What happened, Dan?
That's my monitor.
I won't be ignored.
That's everybody's monitor except yours.
The piece of hardware that mimics what's on my screen to that screen is done. So.
Why wouldn't it be?
Well,
Of course
because,
it is.
because I don't care.
It's got to just break over the weekend.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, why did it break over the weekend?
Beats me.
That's how it happens.
But
Wow.
Kenny, you didn't answer me. How much do you weigh?
You did a good Mars impression there.
I go between 245 and 250.
You're fucking. You're like heavier than Griffin and Silva.
My fighting weight back in the day was 235.
Okay, so Kenny is a big dude. I didn't realize you were that big.
How Griffin weighs? I got some stuff right
Is
in
it
front of me.
205?
205, right?
Yep.
Kenny's a guy you did not want showing up
205.
on the call where
Hell
you were the
no.
perp.
Hell
Where
no.
you're the bad guy. You didn't want to see the car pull up and see Kenny get out of it.
Oh, this is good to know. Jack in Florida. Hey, karma's a bitch. Jason Worth was put in the game as a defensive replacement yesterday and promptly made 2 errors in 1 inning, then got booed by the Philly fans. Nice. Nice. Probably was having too much fun at the UFC 101. He was a dick, dude. Simple as that.
So many of them are, dude.
Simple as that.
So many
A
of them
fucking douchebag. What's up, Sean?
What's going on, guys?
Hey.
You guys have a great time there, or what?
It was amazing, bro. I'm so in. I can't even tell you. I was sort of
bet.
in, but now he's got me. I'm hooked.
I'll bet. I went to UFC 90 in Chicago. It was a blast. Saw Anderson Silva. It wasn't a very good fight, but still, the whole atmosphere was awesome. But hey, I was reading on the UFC website. I've been a fan for years. I'm on like all the forums and everything. But I guess Anderson Silva now is relinquishing his middleweight title, and he's going to make the move up to 205 permanent. But I don't know if you know this, but the UFC has a clause in their contract called Champions Clause, where if you're a champion, you can't leave the organization without either losing a fight or retiring. And Roy Jones Jr., Anderson Silva signed a contract to box Roy Jones Jr., and I'm thinking he wants to get out of his he doesn't want to hold the belt because he's only got like 3 fights left on his UFC contract, and he's going to have a straight boxing match with Roy Jones. So
Wow.
He's making that move up to 205, and I think he's going to finish out his UFC career, his last few fights, fighting some pretty big-name light heavies, probably like Rampage or Shogun and a couple guys like that. So should be interesting.
I was reading in the paper yesterday, too, that Roy Jones Jr. actually showed up, I was going to say ringside, cage side, and confronted Dana White. I didn't see that because he really wants to box Silva, and he wants Dana White to make it happen.
Right. He even agreed that he would do it in the UFC under UFC rules, and Dana, wouldn't allow. But
Roy Jones even said, "I'll allow elbows and kicks."
If Roy Jones allowed elbows and kicks, he would get the shit beat out of him.
I think so, too, right?
He's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah, he'd get smoked in the UFC.
Because he would just be focusing on the head and like where he's going to try to hit him. Next thing you know, he's going to get a kick to the
Dude, when you watch
to the shin.
Foot comes up on,
When you watch boxers, like I was watching the Tyson, and you watch Tyson fight in like 1990. I don't care who the guy in the UFC is. Anybody in the UFC who tried to stand up with Tyson would get their fucking head blown off. No one is standing up with Mike Tyson.
Right.
You can't do it. But the problem is, all they do is they kick you once in the leg, you go ow, and then they fucking tackle you. Ow. You don't stand there with a guy like that. Like Roy Jones is fucking crazy.
I think Dana White's trying to save him a beating.
And,
Yeah,
I really do.
I think Roy Jones would. He'll be the favorite in a boxing match.
Sure.
against Silva.
Not
but
with
in the UFC, he would
sorry.
get smoked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what we're saying.
I think these other athletes on a certain way, like the boxers and stuff, I think that it drives them nuts that they know that UFC is being perceived is so much tougher. Like, because boxers are tough fucking dudes, but they just don't have they don't kick.
Yeah.
And they can't use their we know that they can't do. And that's got to drive them nuts that they build this reputation of being the toughest fuckers on the planet. And then these savages come along and are just doing everything they do and plus doing it on the ground.
Yeah. By the way, BJ Penn won. A couple people asking who won that fight.
BJ Penn, yeah.
I thought you would know by now. Yes, Kenny.
Yeah, there's no comparison between like standing up boxing and grappling on the ground. It's just grappling on the
Well,
ground.
they wouldn't
is-
grapple.
Well, I'm just
It
saying.
would be a
no.
boxing match with elbows and kicks,
Right,
so they
but
would keep them standing up the whole time.
Right. Yeah, but as far as UFC goes, when you go on the ground, it's
that's-
100 times harder.
Just
Yeah,
what,
and-
just those little like moves they get done on the ground. They have to punch within a 3-inch area,
yeah.
and they figure it out.
And the gloves
they're
just scraping
yeah, they're
your
just scraping
face.
the shit out of each
I
other.
would just be like, "Oh, stop it!"
And when you go-
that would hurt.
And when you like a boxer, like all they do is you better land the first punch because they're going to grab you.
Yeah.
And when there's a guy grabbing you around the waist and putting you against the cage, and none of your boxing skills are going to help you when you're on the fucking floor face
Everything
first.
hurts with UFC. Everything hurts.
Yeah,
There's not one move that doesn't cause pain.
just the kicks that would turn the skin immediately red to the point it looks like it's just going to be seeping blood any second was just amazing
like
to watch.
in boxing, when they're clinching, the ref just steps in and tries
Goes-
to get them
yeah,
apart.
yeah.
Here, UFC, when they're clinching, another guy's bringing his knee up into
Yeah,
your
yeah.
side.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're just like, ow, even clinching hurts.
Know what-
Stop.
know what move Kenny really loved was the foot stomp. There was
Yeah.
one foot stomp
Yeah, that guy from
because they're all
Allentown,
barefoot,
PA.
obviously.
Yeah.
Allentown, PA guy decided to do the foot
Yeah,
stomp.
some
and Kenny
hillbilly.
goes, "That really hurts."
Yeah, that was my highlight of the night.
It was,
Did he
right?
win or no?
I love the foot stomp. Yeah, yeah.
The foot stop.
Dude, he stomped this guy's foot. You're like, that can't be good. That can't be good.
I forget who it was at UFC 100. I wish I could remember his name. He came out, he's got with a beard, and he came out to a Cretan song. And I'm like, this guy's going to be a problem. Anyone that fucking comes out to a Cretan song is just a backwoods fuck who is going to be a problem with fisticuffs.
yeah,
I wish I could remember who it was.
the entrance music for everybody was great, except somebody came out to beat it. I'm like, Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
no.
Michael Jackson's beat it.
I hope they won big.
I don't remember if he won or not. I don't remember which fight that was now. There were so many fights. There were the fights they showed before the pay-per-view were amazing.
Yeah.
First fight of the night, I don't know, it was two young guys, was probably the best fight of the whole thing, and
Yeah.
it wasn't on pay-per-view. 3 rounds of just complete action.
The undercards are fucking great. It's really a weird thing. Like, my first real fights were UFC. I'd never been to a boxing match. And when you watch guys come out to that music with an entourage, it really is an amazing...
Yeah.
You see Forrest Griffin's face after that? Like, how fast a face can be ruined by fists?
Yeah, he was just
Oof.
yeah, he got popped. And I got killed on Twitter over the weekend because I tweeted that I'm out of my mind because they were showing UFC highlights from over the years
Yeah.
and playing Bob O'Reilly by The Who. I know it's Bob O'Reilly, but I wrote Teenage Wasteland because I know there's a lot of people
Yeah,
out there
yeah,
that
yeah.
don't know Teenage Wasteland. Teenage is Bob O'Reilly.
Yeah.
So, like, idiot, you should know that's actually Bob O'Reilly. I'm like, I know, but I'm trying to bring more people into my tweet, you assholes.
It's amazing
Give me
how
a break.
People pick
What
everything
they
apart.
Yeah, give me a break.
Because people do call it that. Teenage Wasteland.
And I didn't tweet the actual title of the song. I put Teenage Wasteland in capitals with an exclamation
yeah.
point. Like, this whole place is singing that part of the song, watching UFC highlights.
Yeah.
It got everyone's adrenaline flowing. It was all right. I'll stop talking.
You should go to
about
the fan expo. They have they didn't have it in Philly, I don't think, because it's just
They had something going on in the afternoon. We just
Oh, did
got
they?
there late.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. And by the way, Scott in Jersey, boxing where you use your feet is called kickboxing.
Oh yeah, that's right. Good point.
Yeah, but can you throw elbows in kickboxing?
Elbows.
I don't know.
I don't
I
know
don't
either.
think so.
But I didn't even think of kickboxing. He's right.
Let me say hi to Frank. Frank.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, did you see in the Kurt Pellegrino fight and Josh Neer, the first fight on the pay-per-view?
Yeah.
Kurt was on top of him, elbowing Josh in the face. And he picked up here.
Oh, man, this is a good
You
call,
hit-
too.
He said you hit like a bitch. He said you hit like a bitch, and then Kurt open hand smacked him in the mouth and said, "You just got hit by a bitch." I saw that in a post-fight interview.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, very good.
I mean, these guys are punching each other in the face, talking shit. They're unbelievable. It's an
Yeah.
unbelievable sport.
We got invited to the press conference, but it was like 1 in the morning, and we were waiting around for 45 minutes, and it
Yeah.
still didn't happen. But I wish Kenny was here. I got to get this picture from my brother-in-law. There were 2 like steroid dudes in this press conference. I don't know. They're not associated with UFC. I think they do a blog or something. First of all, I think they were gay. They were steroided out, and they had these bubble butts that were making me,
Oh.
the Philly crew, Kenny and his son laugh our fucking asses off. And we got a picture of it. I got to tweet
Doing
later.
a lot of glute work, do
Dude,
they?
the whole place, the whole fucking press room was laughing at these two guys.
Really?
Yeah, they had tight jeans, and their butt actually went out like black girls, like way the fuck out.
Wow.
Just getting laughs wherever they walked.
Sexy.
Oh my god! The one guy had he had a muscle shirt on. He was just popping out, and then he had like ridiculously hairy shoulders and arms, and then these just gnarly steroid pimples all over him, all over
the
his body.
roids. Gotta love the roids.
I'll get the picture later. I'll send it up on my Twitter, but whatever.
Is Mars fixing our monitor?
Yeah, it looks like it's up.
Yeah, I guess.
Ooh.
Well, at least he could do. He broke it.
And then other news over the weekend was this Hudson River. See, this is why everyone got excited about Sully, and now, see, this was supposed to happen with the Sully thing. We were supposed to have death and destruction.
That's just going to
and
be
we got it over the
slowly
weekend.
people dying in the Hudson.
Well, now we forget about the cool miracle on the Hudson, and now we get the 9 dead. We get the 9 dead. The plane and the helicopter colliding over the Hudson River. What day was that? Saturday, Sunday? Saturday, I guess, right?
I don't know. I didn't catch all of Iraq's 8,000 Twitters about it. Like he was the reporter on the scene.
He became a reporter on the scene, and then he
Was he
disappointed.
there?
Yeah, but then he
course.
disappointed everybody.
Why?
Because that's what he does.
Because his tweets sucked.
Yeah.
They're pulling. He tweets at one point, "This is a picture of dead bodies. This is the best I could do." So I'm like, "Fuck! I'll click on dead bodies." Right? I click on it, and it's 2 boats in the middle of the Hudson, and they're pulling something up. You have no idea what they're pulling up. It could be anything from a
piece of
inner
wreckage.
tube or yeah.
It could be wreckage.
I'm like, you don't title your picture "pulling up dead bodies" when you can't see
I
any type
know.
of dead bodies in the picture.
Mr. Anticlimactic.
You know what's
Absolutely.
scary is I saw the photos. Obviously, there's no video of that. It's just photos.
I know. It
A
seems
video will
just
surface.
Still pics, but
People-
whoever took the still pics,
Amazing.
the second after it happened,
Yeah.
they started snapping.
When the amazing thing about that is like you see the piece of the plane.
Oh, yeah.
The wing came off, and the helicopter they were intact. So those people were alive when they fell.
Yeah, the plane looked like it lost its wing, but had no other damage. But, that's pretty
That
much...
could be a problem. right?
That's the damage you don't want to have. So just... ooh.
It's going to be the plane's fault. In the
I
end.
think so. Yeah.
You think?
Absolutely, yeah.
Now,
Absolutely.
if you
because those
look-
helicopters don't go that high.
let me tell you something, though. You're right. And it was very close to the heliport. But I've seen those fucking helicopters take off like goddamn they're dusting off in the Nam.
Right.
They take off, the nose goes way down, and they just come off that heliport, blah, and then take
Well,
altitude.
It's Liberty Tours, though. They've been doing the same pattern for years. You know what I mean?
It's just one of those things, though. They do take off. It looks reckless when the helicopter takes off.
Right.
They don't take off straight up, look around, and then kind of go. They just it's like a skid fucking takeoff.
Right. And I was this close to tragedy, my friends, because this is the helicopter tour that Jimmy
Oh,
got all
my
panicky
God, then
about.
you are right
Remember,
there.
I did one of
Yeah.
these for my birthday, and you're
Wow,
like, "What
almost.
are you doing? What are you doing?" That's
That's his Twitter.
This is E-Rock's Twitter. It says Hudson River believed to be more plane pieces. It looks like paper in the
It looks
water,
like
E-Rock.
styrofoam or...
It was probably in his backyard pool. He decided to throw
Yeah.
stuff in the water and then
I know
take a
there's
close up of it.
Nothing that shows scale there or
No,
anything.
nothing.
It's
it's the worst picture ever.
Iraq is horrid when it comes to these things.
But that, Jimmy, that's the Liberty Tours that you were like, "What are you doing?"
Another body, best I could do.
There it is.
looks
There's
like
the picture.
It looks like a boat outing.
Right.
It just looks like an outing.
He writes, another body, best I could do, and it's a rescue boat, a couple rafts, like it looks like, right?
There's nothing there that
Hence,
indicates
there's a body in the
you
water.
could show that picture to 100 people, and 100 people would go, "Well, I guess it's people on a boat." They wouldn't know what they're doing.
Right.
And he puts another body.
How high up were they when they actually collided? Does anybody know?
I was just
That's a good question.
I was just gonna throw a number out because I got a mic in front of me. I decided maybe I shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I don't know though. I would guess a couple 100 feet.
The only way I could see it was the helicopter's fault is if the plane was coming and the helicopter, like Anson, just kind of took
Yeah,
off
just
up
took
into
off
it.
and smashed into it.
How into the helicopter flight were they when the plane crashed?
Not
Is that what-
very. If you look,
Oh, then it's the plane's fault. The plane's fault.
yeah.
Yeah. You want money on this? Plane's fault.
I don't know. It's all about like opening your eyes in that situation.
Well, they were explaining that the helicopter could have been turning this way, so now he can't see out of his right. The plane was turning this way, so he can't see out of his left, and then it was just right into each other.
Could be both. You know, it's one of these things. It's not that airspace is pretty much just kind of use your eyes. Watch for traffic that way. Make sure you don't hit anything. And there's so many planes and helicopters over the Hudson that it's just bound to happen.
I got a view of the Hudson River. The plane and helicopter thing was further down the river than me. But I was telling you before the show went, helicopters fly by my window every day because the corporate douches are flying home in their helicopters. It's like it's amazing, one after another. Like let's call it every 5 minutes, you see one flying by. And then the river itself. You got the small planes using the right side of the river to go one way. It's hard to explain, I guess. Well, if you're going up the river north, you stay to the right.
Yeah.
If you're coming down the river, you're going south, you stay to the right, going the other way. You know what I mean? Going south.
Yeah, it's
like a highway. And they're really close to each other. And then way above, you see the jets flying from all the different airports.
Yeah.
It's amazing how busy that river is. And that dumb Chuck Schumer now wants an investigation into the blah, 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 blah,
Yeah,
blah.
now he does. Anytime
Really?
anything happens, Schumer gets his nose in there.
If you know anything about New York City and the Hudson River, you knew way ahead of this crash that it's a busy place.
Yeah.
So why now, Chuck Schumer, that you want to take this on? Because you want your face in the news today? Is that it?
Especially on such a hot day.
Let me say hi to John in Jersey. John.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, 500 feet, the news is saying, Jimmy. Thank you to whoever sent that in. Go ahead, John.
All right. There's a right-of-way rule for flying, and the vehicles with more maneuverability have less right-of-way than the others. So the plane would have had the right-of-way over a helicopter.
Yeah, but the one pilot is saying, I'm reading this article in the Post or the Daily News, he's saying that he saw the plane really barreling down on the helicopter, and he tried to warn the helicopter pilot.
Right, from the helipad.
Heliport,
Yeah, that guy, his friend, and he's like, trying to warn him.
Oh, really?
It's terrible.
Maybe the helicopter was at I don't know.
And they're not blaming anyone for the crash yet? Well, they got to blame someone eventually. You can't just, right?
Well, they'll figure out, what happened and say somebody fucked up. I think they both kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
I think they both,
But they're saying that
an eye open.
the airspace has to be monitored and all. And it's almost like there's very few accidents.
Bloomberg already said that ain't happening.
There's
Because
very few.
It's unfortunate. It's very few. And we all know that, that's a very busy area, and we need that to kind of be a very busy area with everything that goes on there.
There's nothing you can do about it because it's almost like traffic accidents happen. Occasionally, I'm not, it sucks, but it's going to happen.
Yeah, you get enough traffic in one area, people are going to bang into each other every so often.
9 people dead, though. Wow. That was supposed to happen with the Sully thing. If 9 people died on that Sully plane,
it wouldn't have been.
It would have been a major success still.
Yeah, still.
They would have said only 9 people.
Yeah,
my God, this is amazing. It's a miracle on the Hudson. They would have still used miracle on the Hudson.
But now, everybody. You see that helicopter when they brought it out?
Yeah.
It just didn't even look like a helicopter.
No.
Twisted.
Yeah, there's not much. There's not much going on there to help. To protect you.
No, it's tinfoil.
Pretty much.
That's what planes are. That's what aircraft are. It's tinfoil where they strengthen what they have to, and the rest is left off for weight consideration.
This guy Joe says he knows a lot about what happened. Joe.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, Joe.
What's the good word? It's that whole space along the Hudson River there. It's called uncontrolled airspace, meaning you don't need a flight plan, anything, up to 1,100 or 1,300 feet. So anybody can fly anywhere. You just go on a certain radio frequency, and all you do is call out your position. So it's not really that well organized.
That sounds, just to stop you, fucked up.
Yeah, it is.
Knowing how much stuff is in the air in that area. You're just like figuring it out yourself?
What, that information?
No, I mean you're flying and you just got to figure out where everybody else is on your own for the most part.
Yeah, well, like the one rule in uncontrolled airspace is see and be seen. So you have to tell everyone where you're at, what your altitude is, your heading. And it's almost like a highway, where you drive on the right side if you're going northbound, left side if you're going southbound.
Right. Nerve-wracking.
Yeah,
that's why I tend to think this helicopter just blasted off into into the bottom of the plane. I don't know. It's it's a weird situation.
Well, Joe said he knew a lot about this. He gave us 1 point and then hung up.
That's what he does.
That's what he does now.
Like, that's it. That's it for you. I'm not doing anything else.
How was your weekend, Ant?
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Goddamn Yankees sweeping the Sox.
Yeah.
6.5 games ahead now. Na 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 na. That was
It's about time, though.
Yeah, I know. Oh, and it's
The Red Sox owned them this year.
It was coming
up
off the
until that,
heels
right?
of them not even winning a game, and then they just sweep them at the stadium. That was quite pleasurable. I have a brand new iPhone.
What?
Yes, it's brand new. Look at it.
What happened? The other one ended up in the pool?
Why wouldn't it?
How did it end up in the pool?
Because I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
And I
Did you jump in the pool, or did you get pushed?
No. This is plain and clear stupidity on my part. I have my shorts on, and and I had been in the pool earlier, but the shorts were completely dry, and I made sure I don't want to put my iPhone in damp pants here, so I checked, and it's like, all right, it's dry, so I put it in my pocket to do something for a second. And during that second, my goldfish mind totally forgot that it was in my pocket. So I go and sit in the jacuzzi, and I'm like, So my shorts are kind of like bubbling up. You get a lot of air in there. So I'm like, I want to squeeze the air out. So
that was just your Italian ball bag trying to get to the surface.
Trying to reach some air like a snorkel.
Right.
And I'm pushing the air out. So it's like out of one leg, and then I go out of the other one, and I feel something. I go, what is this?
Oh,
there's something kind of rectangular in my pocket, and oh no. And I didn't even try to like quickly go, oh. I just like
you knew it was too late.
Slowly took it. Yeah, I'd been in there for probably 10 minutes, so I slowly took it out of my pocket and just went like, "All right," and then I hold it up to Danny and just go, check it out." He just starts laughing at me like I'm an ass because I'm an ass.
Did you have to pay full price for the other one or no?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, they don't give a shit.
What I could have done, there was an option to go to some other service person thing. Get put on some list that would have taken a week, and then they give you one that's probably refurbished for like $180 or something like that. And I was just like, how
much does it cost you to know it? $700?
No, it's like $4 and change.
That's
it's like a little mistakey on Ant's part there. But the good thing was I had just backed up the phone that day.
Oh, you're lucky.
That day I
so
backed
lucky.
everything up. So I was just able to pop it on within like a half hour. Everything's right back to normal.
Can you dry out an iPhone?
No, water is fucking kryptonite. I've heard people say
because you could dry out a BlackBerry if it gets moist. Maybe if it's in a jacuzzi for 10 minutes, probably not.
Yeah, they say like, well, put it in a thing of rice.
All that crap.
I got
right?
all that thing. You go put it in a thing of rice for a few days. First of all, I can't be without a phone for a few days.
Are you drying it out just to see? I would.
Oh, I have 3 dead iPhones now that are in a drawer.
So turn them on in a week or two to see if they work.
One is the one I got pushed in the pool with
last summer.
One is the one that just got fucked this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one is the original first generation one
right.
that I had replaced when they came out with a better one. But you know what happens? Everything fogs up, and water got in between like the screen and stuff. So you could see like water when you pushed on the screen.
Fuck.
And it just doesn't, it's not going to work. And, by the way, there is a certain salt content in the pool. So you're going to get some corrosion.
Yeah, absolutely.
It just,
You're
it
done.
ain't going to work.
I got to tell you, I got an iPhone.
No, I was wearing shorts. Somebody says, don't you mean a bathing suit?
No, he wears shorts.
It's like I wear kind of shorts with pockets and stuff. I don't wear a Speedo.
No one wears Speedos,
well, no. Unfortunately, people wear Speedos.
At your house?
No.
Oh, you scared me.
No, Keith is naked when he jumps in the pool, but he wasn't there.
Yeah. I got an iPhone at home.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it very closely lately.
Yeah.
because the fucking video on the BlackBerry sucks a
does.
dick.
It really does.
I'm at the UFC thing. I want to take videos. I was too scared of bringing my HD flip, so I'm like, all right, I'll take some videos with my BlackBerry. I only posted one because the quality sucks, and I do have the iPhone at home. I'm like, I think I might have to like start this fucker up.
Fire that
Do you have a
bitch
video
up.
iPhone at home?
Yeah, I got it.
The video is good, man.
Yeah, because the guys I was
Video's
with, they
great.
all had their iPhones. They're taking pretty good videos. I'm like, motherfucker, if the BlackBerry doesn't figure this out soon, they're going to lose a lot of business.
The video's great.
It is great.
Yeah.
I know it's
Video's
better than the
amazing on this.
BlackBerry. I have to admit
It looks
that.
fantastic. I've taken video off of this, and it looks really good. Ooh, Jimmy.
It's actually a good volume. It's the whole thing is really good. I love it. It's almost like if you have a video of yourself dancing on it, you know, you can just
Why are you dancing, Jimmy?
no reason.
Why are
he
you
had to do.
dancing?
I
on
just
your
had
fu-
I had to, so I decided
Who are
to
you
take it.
dancing
Ooh, I
with?
like this part.
Oh, it's awful.
Oh my God!
let
I
me
gotta
see.
that.
No.
I can't see from here.
Oh, it ended. Well, didn't it end?
Let me see your iPhone, Jimmy. Let me see.
No, I'll show you later.
Let me see you
That's
dancing.
adorable.
I'll show you a little later.
there-
Look how red he's getting.
Is there a reason you were dancing that you want to share with everyone?
It was at the end of the at Furry Vengeance. The cast does it. It's like
Okay,
and
right,
we
right,
had
right,
we had to rehearse. Had to do it. I didn't mind because everybody had to do it.
We forgot to tell everyone when you and I were walking out Friday.
Oh, yeah.
We ran into I forget his name every
Ken
time.
Jeong. I think he's saying Jeong. Yeah.
Ken Jeong or Ken Jeong
Yeah.
from Role Models. From The Hangover, he showed his tiny little weenie. We should have asked him. We should.
Oh, well, that's
why
on
didn't
the
we
air.
ask him?
'Cause we went on the air. We're
he-
nice people off the air.
He had the tiny little fucking nothing of a wiener in The Hangover when they pulled him out of the trunk. That guy, he's in
Right.
every movie now. He's
Yeah.
going to be in The Goods that opens up this weekend. He's in the movie that Jimmy filmed.
Furry Vengeance. Yeah.
Furry
And
Vengeance.
see, there's me and Patrice kind of dancing a little bit.
Oh my God! I just saw one move of yours.
Are you allowed to post that anywhere?
I don't think so. I don't know.
No,
Maybe.
I doubt
Maybe
it.
after the movie comes out.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It was shot. We're just. It was up in the house. We were rehearsing. So it's. I don't know.
In the
house.
house.
In the house.
In the his
In the house.
motherfucking in the house.
Oh, that's so funny.
Not good.
Oh,
But
See, he was a nice dude.
he was a great dude. It turns out he's a fan of Jimmy Norton and a fan of our radio show, or so he says.
Well,
but
yeah.
he did recognize the name of the show when we introduced ourselves, and he was here, and we didn't get him on the show Friday. What the fuck? Someone fucked up bad on that
I
one.
sent out an email when I saw his name.
And he was such a nice guy because he plays such weird roles in the movies. It's strange to think he's the same person.
He was a stand-up, I think, too.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully we'll get him in this week because I think he is in the goods. I don't know how big his role is, but let me go to Kent the movie guy. What does he need today, Kent?
Hey guys, kind of the critics are calling this whole summer movie season a bust officially after this past weekend.
Really?
The what, buddy?
what came out?
G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe, which was the last blockbuster, and it was the biggest pile of shit I have ever seen.
Marlon Wayans and who else?
Channing Tatum, who nobody cares about. I mean, Sienna Miller was in it. Overall, it was just a bad movie.
What is it getting on Rotten Tomatoes? I thought it was going to be a huge hit. It made $56 million.
Yeah, critically, I mean, it's okay. Box office, it's okay, but the critics hated it. I mean, I went on Friday, and the theater was empty.
What was the problem with the
It's just me
movie?
and my friends. It's 10 years behind the time as far as special effects go. I mean,
Ugh.
every single special effect in the movie, it looks worse than video games I'm playing now.
Are
Come
you
on.
Really
kidding?
bad. Yeah, and then the whole end of the movie is ripped right out of Star Wars.
Really?
Like, bad guys have the huge base with the giant death ray, and the good guys come in their ships and try to attack it and
Are you
take it out.
shitting me?
Not shitting you. And it's all underwater, and that's the twist. But it was fucking horrendous. Nobody... Marlon Wayans is maybe the most annoying actor I've ever seen. All he does is crack lines, and everyone else tries to look serious. And
That's just shitty writing, though, dude. That's just shitty. Hey, give the black guy the crazy. That's how they destroyed Independence Day, by making Will Smith do that
I
fucking
know.
nonsense.
it does have that vibe. All the douche chills you would get from Independence Day, you get from this. And what's really sucks is you had kind of a good cast, like Mr. Echo from Lost.
Oh, he's
I can't
good.
pronounce that guy's name to save my life.
I actually
He
do
was
a
in
great
it.
impression of him.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I am Mr. Echo. Go ahead.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
It's
it is.
uncanny.
I know. I've been told. Go ahead, sir.
Oh.
Yeah. This
Yeah,
is
that
my
guy was-
brother.
And
What do you think of, I want to see District 9.
No shit.
District 9 I saw, and it is fucking sweet. I will
See,
say
that
movie-
looks like it's going to be pretty good.
Wait, why didn't it come out in the summer then?
It's coming out the 14th?
coming out next week, but next week, I mean, schools are already starting to, pick up, and it's a rated R film. I mean, it's not really a huge summer movie, and it's way too smart to throw in with the rest of the, popcorn films.
You know
I
what?
mean,
You make a great point. I'm glad the summer fucking season's over because it's mindless movies, basically.
Yeah.
I need a little something
Transformers-
going on.
Transformers was fucking horrible. Terminator just pissed off a whole lot of people and disappointed fans.
Right.
Almost anything that was good was held over from Christmas. Harry Potter was kind of decent but boring.
Right.
And then Star Trek was supposed to come out 5 months before it did, but Paramount knew they had shit on their hands and said, "Oh, let's wait until the summer so that it's not a complete critical bomb."
Well, you said it was a disappointing summer, but you got to remember Star Trek did come out.
Star Trek was great.
Yeah, Star Trek was
It was
great.
supposed to come out. It could have come out 5 months before that.
They held it back just so they had some kind of hit on their hands.
What is District 9 about?
I just need to know one thing about District 9. Is there going to be a heavy-handed message about race relations or something that's in some kind of subtle bullshit?
Anthony, you're going to hate that part of it,
Yeah,
but at the
I
same
thought
time, this is the most brutal science fiction action movie I've seen in a long time. Don't let the trailers make you think it's this little film. It is big. It is brutal.
It looks
The alien
great, and the
weaponry does
CGI
not
looks great.
fuck around.
Yeah.
The CGI is really good. The director started doing pretty good effects on TV shows and started off doing really good stuff on a minimalist budget. So he was able to keep it small, contained, keep it away from the studios, do his own thing, and made a really fucking sweet movie.
But wait, why was that? Why was the alien's face bleeped out?
I don't know why it was pixelated.
Bleeped out.
The first part of the movie starts out like a documentary.
Oh, okay.
And then so you kind of get a Cloverfield, Blair Witch, CNN, Dateline News feel type of thing going on. But then the movie transitions into this really brutal action film where, I mean, the violence is some of the best gore I've seen in a long time.
And it's Peter Jackson, too, who did King Kong.
He presents.
Yeah, I mean, and Peter Jackson's a total gore hound. That guy loves his violence
As well as
more
his
than
food.
most major directors.
A big boy.
Yeah, he is.
See, apparently aliens came here years ago, and they're not welcome. They put them in a certain place.
Yeah.
And cordon
It's,
them off, and then there's some kind of problem.
It's Planet of the Apes
Their ship is a life raft. They
with
come here
spaceships.
Stuck.
Oh, that big ship thing is a life raft, huh?
It's a life raft. That's why they're not able to
And
leave.
they can't
wanna
leave, so they're
leave,
kind of
but
stuck here. But we kind of treat them,
That's why all over different cities there are, all these. There's a pretty really awesome marketing campaign behind the whole film with aliens not allowed, humans only. There are banners all over San Francisco for that.
Oh, God. It probably is some veiled social. I hate the
I don't
social
want
message.
veiled social message, but as long as it's disgusting and gruesome, I'll go see it.
There, but you won't care, and it is smartly written. It is really well done. And then you got Inglourious Bastards coming out in a couple weeks, I
Yeah,
believe.
want to see that one
That
too.
movie is fucking awesome. Tarantino is really on his game with it.
Looks very violent, which I like.
We're looking forward to that.
Yeah,
one, too.
really fine. Don't expect a war film, Saving Private Ryan, but it is a fucking great action film.
What was your favorite movie of the summer, Kent?
Star Trek. Everything else let me
I still-
down.
I haven't
Moon
seen Star
was really
Trek yet.
good, but Moon was an indie film.
What was it called?
Moon. It was Duncan Jones, David Bowie's son's first film.
All right.
Starred Sam.
Yeah,
Sam
what the
Rockwell.
fuck? Wait a minute.
It was really fucking good. Old
Did
school
that? When the hell did that even come out?
You know what? It came and left. I mean, you might be able to still find it at a small indie theater. And I mean, if you request it, I'm sure Duncan Jones would hook you guys up with a screener.
Yeah, because I
copy.
wanted to see that. I saw the trailer for it, and I was like, wow, that looks pretty cool.
What is it called?
Yeah,
The Moon?
it's called Moon.
Okay.
And then, and when the fuck is Star Trek going to be on, DVD?
It comes out on DVD and Blu-ray in November.
You didn't explain why The Moon's a great movie, though. I don't even know what it's about.
Moon is about a guy who's on the moon, and his whole job is to sit there and send a new natural resource they found on the moon back to Earth. And he's only going to be there for 3 more weeks. And he wants to go home, see his kid, be with his wife. He's been up there for 3 years, and he starts to go crazy.
Yeah.
And
Pretty cool concept.
the less you know about the movie, though, the
Yeah,
better,
yeah.
because
Don't
it's
blow it.
amazing. Don't let anyone tell you anything else about it.
All right,
'cause
thank
it is
you.
amazing.
Cool,
Awesome.
man.
Well, Julie and Julia, good news, was in second place at the box office over the weekend.
movie.
Oh,
Cool.
That was the one Nick
Great.
DiPaolo was beating the shit out of last week.
Oh,
made,
Deservedly. I
made
took
$20
my-
million.
Good. It sure. It looks
Absolutely.
terrific.
Yeah.
Will she cook? Won't she cook?
I have no
you have
idea.
to go see it.
20 million, though. You think how many fucking dumb broads drag their fucking castrated boyfriends and husbands to that
Hell
lump
no,
of
never,
shite?
Never.
They dragged me to it.
Oh,
You went? No, you went to
I
that
fell
movie?
asleep. I fell asleep. We went to like a 10:30 showing. I fell asleep. Boring. It
Dude.
is so boring.
If you get dragged to a movie like that, you got to go like 2 in the afternoon. So you don't. So well, I guess it would be better if you went late, so you could snooze through the whole thing and have an excuse. Good point.
Yeah, it's fucking horrendous. All those movies are really, really bad.
But G.I. Joe, Pat from Menaki saw it. Yeah, G.I. Joe is okay, just a little cartoony. And then I guess this was in the movie. He quotes it, "Get 'em, Joes."
Oh yeah, I mean they have the.
Do they
Get 'em
actually
Joe,
say
they
"Get
have-
'em, Joes"?
They have that. They have Yo Joe. They have a kung fu grip joke. They have a realistic hair joke. All these, like any hack fucking G.I. Joe line you could put in
Yeah.
that movie is
Yeah.
there, and it's hammered in so poorly, and it's all by Marlon Wayans, of course. All of it is by Marlon Wayans.
That's not it.
And
He was great. He was
you
dude.
just-
He was great in Requiem for a Dream. That's just shitty, fruity Hollywood writing.
Yep.
really bad, and it's so behind the times. Everything about it was like
So weird.
looks like 1995. And all the special effects were
Was
so bad. Just-
Cheap.
was the movie filmed a while ago and they finally like fixed it up a little bit and threw it at us?
Oh no! They made it like right away. What the problem was, this after the writer's strike, every big Hollywood film was going to suck. It just was bound to happen.
Right.
And this entire summer was a casualty, except for holdovers.
All right. Well, good job, Kent. I didn't
Yeah,
expect
wow.
a little movie
Finally.
thing early in
Finally.
the morning.
Well, thank you. I'll talk to you later. Anthony, I got Blu-rays for all you guys. Actually, I'll be
Oh.
sending them out this week.
Very nice. Thank you,
Oh,
sir.
I like that, Kent.
Yes.
Very nice. Send them,
So-
my way.
Any requests though? I mean, I get free Blu-rays. Any requests from you
Star
guys?
Trek.
Well, I'm not going to get that until.
Get me
I might
Star
be able to get you a screener copy. Let me call some guys.
I'd love to.
Hey, ooh.
I've
One
only
that's
seen
not-
half of it.
Yes, one that's not choppy and.
Get me the moon. I want to see this moon movie.
Yeah, I want to see Moon.
Duncan Jones, the director, he's a really easy guy to talk to, so I'll talk to him. And actually, Jimmy, there was another movie I wanted to tell you about called Bronson.
Bronson?
What do you use this for? Jerking off?
It's about Britain's most dangerous criminal. It's a true story.
Oh.
Clockwork Orange, one of the most brutal films I've seen in a long fucking time. Brilliant movie.
I'd like to see that.
I'll send you guys a screener copy of that as well because I've got them laying around.
Okay.
All right, Ken. Thank
There
you.
you go.
Thank you.
All right. Talk to you guys
KTMG.
later.
I know Pat from Menaki's listening. He was represented at the Joe Rogan show at Helium Comedy Club. Joe made some line and then goes and did a Pat Menaki.
I went, meh, meh.
and said Pat from Menaki.
Yeah.
Just went, Want to take our first break?
Why not?
And you were talking about the Yankees. Just Jason Giambi, who used to play for the Yankees, was released.
Oh, he's done, huh?
His average
he's
was
done.
193.
193.
Was worse than all of baseball.
What happened? What happened? Let's see. I wonder what could have changed between the time he was slugging fucking balls over the wall and now.
What, does it change your eyesight? You would think instead of like monstrous home runs, you would at least get doubles.
Yeah, right? Something.
Does it change your eyesight if
a
you're
little blooper.
if you're off the juice? If that's what was going on there, or caused that
I don't know.
big drop?
Yeah, you'd think he probably just doesn't have the juice to get it over the wall, so people are catching him.
He's done. And quick mention: Tiger Woods won again, 2 weeks in a row. He's got 70 career victories. He's only 3 behind Jack Nicholson.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson is golfing.
Nicholas. I always make that mistake every fucking time. Yeah, Jack Nicklaus has 73 wins, and Tiger now has 70. And Jack Nicklaus had 70 wins when he was 40, I think, and Tiger's only 33. Jesus Christ.
Amazing.
And that's it for golf today because no one gives a shit
amazing.
in general. Opie and Anthony, stay there. People!
Chili Peppers. I was watching Point Break over the weekend.
Oh, really?
I haven't seen that in so fucking long.
I don't even remember the movie anymore.
Anthony Kiedis is in it.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's the guy
is
who
it
gets
like
shot in the foot.
I was going to... all right, sorry.
But it's one of Keanu's best, I believe, and Swayze. When you put Keanu and Swayze in the same movie, you can't lose. It's surfing, it's bank robbery, it's, Swayze with his mullet. Fantastic movie. Swayze's best work since Roadhouse, I think. What do you think? Swayze better? Swayze's better in Roadhouse.
Roadhouse rules.
But
Roadhouse.
Point Break, you gotta give him that.
Point Break was a good movie. What I remember. I don't remember that movie as much. That's one I got to go watch again.
Yeah, that's wow. You sit there and go, ooh.
Is it really bad?
Oh,
what are some of the awful moments, like terrible lines?
It doesn't hold up?
No.
Because when it came out, people were really into Point Break for a while.
I know. It's really silly.
Cheesy?
It's just cheesy. Everything about it is cheesy. And Keanu is he's just awful.
Of course he is.
He is so bad at he's not an actor. How is he in so many movies and so many like hits?
It worked for The Matrix.
Yeah.
It really did.
I'm the one.
But the rest of his movies, Speed, he takes out his speed. Go back and watch that movie. You want to see how bad his acting was.
That was just on last night, as a matter of fact.
Was it really?
Speed, yeah. Caught a little of that. I was trying to find a good movie to fall asleep to, and it just kept getting later and later because I was going through everything. I was going to Point Break 2 is coming out.
Yeah.
Well, wow, it's just in time.
With who?
20 years later.
I know.
What the fuck are they doing? I was trying to find a movie to fall asleep to. So, because, I need the TV on because I can't live with my own thoughts. Mm-hmm. I need some kind of external sound or some type of
white noise.
Something. I went through every on-demand movie, every on-demand, like HBO, Cinemax, Stars, everything. Nothing. The only thing that was possibly on, but I got so annoyed, was AMC, American Movie Classics. Is that it? American Movie?
Yes.
Is the biggest waste of a fucking channel. They play movies almost like they're like, we're the American Movie Classics. Don't worry, you'll watch this movie. And then it's hacked to shit.
Oh, really?
With commercials. It's like TBS. Don't try to fucking fake me out by calling it American Movie Classics. So last night Pulp Fiction's on. So I'm just like, let me throw it on there. And they're freaking... They're saying freaking instead of fucking. They cut out entire scenes.
You can't call yourself the American Movie Classic if you're changing how the movie was originally presented.
Entire scenes. When Mia Wallace snorts the heroin in her house, and John Travolta is having the little conflict with himself in the bathroom. You drink, you leave, you go home. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they cut out the jerk off part, of course, because it's all you're going to do. And she finds the heroin, she snorts it, and goes, and she's like on the floor. The next scene is them driving in his car with Mia next to him and him calling up Lance. And it's like, what about when he comes out and goes, oh, fuck, oh, shit, Mia, wake up. And you realize the severity of her overdose at that point. Because there's like the fucking $5 shake is coming out of her mouth. And they cut that whole scene out.
Oh, that's an amazing scene in Pulp Fiction.
It's great. It sets up the fact that she's really fucking OD'd here.
Right.
AMC, they play really good movies, but like hacked to shit.
Hacked to shit.
I saw Fight Club was on AMC over the weekend.
Why
as well.
would you bother?
And like there was nothing else on, so I was like, "Fuck it," I threw it on.
Yeah.
And
walk and get the DVD and pop it in.
I have it. It's just
I know you do.
I know. Everyone does that though.
Enough with the edited movies. It just looks stupid considering how easy it is to get DVDs and how fucking easy it is to see them on movie channels. There's 30 movie channels.
And considering the edits that they made, especially in Fight Club, the one that I saw that I was like, I can't believe they just cut that out. Like they don't have a problem with Tyler Durden putting a gun in a guy's face. Like that's fine. You could put that on TV. But condoms in a toilet bowl.
Yeah, they
you can't
show
have
the
that. You
condoms
can't
in
have
the
that.
toilet. And then another scene from Pulp Fiction that they completely fucked up. I was watching to see if they fucked this up. Now I was just captivated to see how are they going to get this scene on TV. Was the scene with the watch.
Okay.
Where Walken comes
Sure.
in with the watch because he's got to say
was up
10 times that it's up his ass.
Can I guess? Up my nose.
No, they actually said, I put this miserable piece of hunk of metal up my ass.
Okay.
And they used that. But then they cut out where he goes, I'll be damned if I let those slopes take your birthright. They said something else for a slope, which was,
course.
the Vietnamese derogatory term that was used all the time with the soldiers in Vietnam.
Yeah, let's make believe it was never used. I don't get
So
that
they
one
cut
either.
that out and replaced it with something. Believe me, I couldn't understand what he was saying.
I wonder if they're going to do Roots again, but they're going to say you N-word. Are they going to change it like that just to wipe it out so it's never been historically
Do that.
used?
Right, exactly.
Silly.
Do that.
Just silly.
So then I got so disgusted that I fell asleep to a wonderful movie, Schindler's List. It's so...
On AMC?
No, I did that. It was a regular movie
And
channel.
you slept like a baby.
Slept like a baby. It was great. God, that movie. It was a great movie, though.
Yes, it's a fucking
Holy
amazing
shit.
movie.
I mean, not just, watching fucking Nazis do what they do, but just the whole thing. Like, he was really good. What's his name?
Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson was so fucking good in that movie.
He won the Oscar.
Did he really?
For Schindler's List, yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
I
it was
don't remember
great.
who wins
best
the Oscar.
Best picture, I think.
After,
that was
after it's over, I forget.
Spielberg won director finally for that
I
one.
think
right?
everyone won for that.
Yeah, that was just a fucking amazing
At the
movie.
end, when they show the Schindler's survivors and the actors that played them walking, it was fucking great. You realize
cool.
like what a fucking impact the guy had.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah, very good.
That was a great fucking movie.
Speaking of movies, when are they going to just let us watch whatever fucking movie we want when we want? What are they waiting
We're getting
for?
there with the Netflix streaming. Getting there.
But I'm just talking about the cable shit.
Yeah, well, cable's
Every
always
time
gonna
I'm like,
fucking
hey.
hold shit back.
Hey, I got 20 movie channels. Let's watch a movie tonight. And you just, I'm going to say what everyone does. You just, no. And then you get a movie in your head, like, something you haven't seen in a while. Like, I want to see that movie. One of these movie channels has to have it somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's never there.
It took me 15 to 20 minutes to go through every movie thing.
Yeah, that's
where
what I
it
do.
started getting like really late. And I'm going, now I'm not even going to be able to watch a movie because it's getting late. And then I was going to watch that Benjamin Buttons movie, and I saw it's like, this is a fucking like 5-hour movie.
It's a long
I can't
fucking
watch
movie.
this fucking thing.
Benjamin Buttons? I haven't seen that yet.
Benjamin Buttons. I haven't seen it yet either. So I was going to watch that, and then I looked and went, there's no fucking way.
That's a long
movie.
movie.
So, you put on a little Schindler's. That's long, too, but I figured I would just go to sleep to it anyway.
You know what? They show movies on the pier, sort of where I live, and I got some visitors from Florida. So I settled them in to see a movie so I could go to bed. But I watched the first 20 minutes. It's an old Henry Fonda movie. Someone has to help me out. He's some kind of like fucking...
The Oxbow incident?
What?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's like you answered before he even...
It's an old Henry Fonda movie.
It's a Henry Fonda movie. It's
he didn't win? Sorry.
Liam?
I was wrong about Liam Neeson. I thought he won for that. Hanks won for Philadelphia. Okay.
Oh, geez, that's some tough competition
the
right
AIDS
there.
He was great, though.
AIDS or retard. Hanks will always win.
So it was a Henry Fonda movie. It was some old Western. And how he treated his wife in the movie like they're newlyweds, and then they take off to start a life, for themselves. Maybe someone knows the movie. I don't know. Maybe Ken could call back. It's not that important. But it's so funny to see these old movies. I mean, this movie, Henry Fonda was young.
Yeah.
And his new wife is freaking out, and she's scared, so he just belts her one and goes, "You needed that." and then he's got he's got some Indian friend because he goes back to his tiny little like house in the woods in the middle of nowhere, and he's a soldier, and he's got an Indian friend who saw the commotion with the wife where he slapped her really hard and goes, "You needed that. You needed to calm down." And then the Indian comes back with a stick and suggests that he beat his new wife to get her in shape. And I'm just like,
I get her to listen.
And the person that is visiting is, well, I guess we could. A lot of people could relate. I got like a niece. She's like 15 or 16, and she's kind of like a vegetarian and a bit on the liberal side. And she was just horrified. I'm like, Well, this is just how it was. Relax.
Oh, Jesus.
They don't treat women like this anymore.
Well, they've
Relax.
learned.
You should have smacked her and said, hey, shut up and watch this.
Exactly. You needed that.
You needed that.
Right. I forgot the name of the movie, but it was hilarious because he just belts her, and it was totally acceptable when this movie came out. It wasn't some outrageous thing. This was just normal behavior they were showing.
Is she hot?
Oh. My niece?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
It's a fair
Just
question.
asking. It's a fair question. I wasn't coming across with any
Look at me and put boobs
ulterior
on me.
motives.
Is it still hot
Phenomenal.
and younger?
It's phenomenal.
No, your sister's cute. I'm just saying, like, is she?
It's my older sister from Florida.
Yeah,
She was at the wedding.
is she hot? I mean, is she
If you
cute?
paid attention to my wedding, you would know. She
I was there. I don't remember who
I
she
couldn't
was.
pay attention. I was behind a stanchion.
I had to keep you guys. I had to keep you guys under control.
I was behind a structural fucking.
Close
Yes,
to the,
there was
close to the
allegations
bar,
that there was a
though.
wedding ceremony happening. It's hard to see with the fucking giant column.
It was a huge column. I should have put thermite paint on it. Jackass. Thermite paint.
Oh, this is
Thermite.
Can't get him.
They reward bad behavior.
Right, do they?
Johnny Cleveland. How are you, John?
Hey there, Jan.
Morning, boys.
Hi,
How
John.
are you?
Welcome aboard. God bless.
Thanks, Jimmy. Hey, Professor. You still wondering why you're having crazy dreams? It's because you fall asleep with the TV on.
No, I've always fallen asleep with the TV on, and I always have crazy dreams. But it never
That's
has.
exactly why.
It doesn't usually have anything to do with the dreams, and there have been times I've fallen asleep without a TV on, and I still have wacky dreams.
What kind of wacky dreams?
Every night I have dreams that I am being chased. I am being. There are people trying to get into wherever I am. They're stealing my car. They're doing things, and then I never have what I need to thwart.
Every
incident.
night is the same dream?
At different locations, though, different cast, different things.
That sounds
Sometimes it's a
tiring.
hotel. Sometimes it's an old house I used to live in. Sometimes it's a variation of my house now, but it doesn't look like it, but it's supposed to be. Then sometimes there are people I know in it. Sometimes I don't know. But if I look out a window in my dream, there'll always be bad people out there trying to do bad things. And then I'll pick up like a gun and the bullets won't fit, or I can't find the right clip. It's just annoying.
Don't you ever have a good dream, a little sex dream or something?
I have sex dreams. They're great. When I've said this before, when I know I'm dreaming, which happens a lot, like I'll be in a dream and something so outrageous is happening, or like, wow, I'm really fucked here, and I'll be like, wait a minute, this didn't happen. I actually start thinking in my dream and going, oh, fuck, I'm dreaming. Oh, this is great. So the first thing I do is grab the nearest dream woman that's around and just ravagely assault her.
You can't control your dreams.
No, I swear.
I need
swear to you.
I need to ask an expert. Can you really control your dreams?
It's called lucid dreaming, and the only problem with it is you're so close to the point of waking up that it's very hard to stay there in that level. You're either going to fall back into where you don't know you're dreaming anymore, and it changes it, or your eyes open and you go, fuck, I'm awake.
But that's pretty amazing you can control that, because when I'm in that state and I know it's a dream, I'm like, oh my God, this is a dream. This is a dream. This is a dream. I'm waking up. I'm waking up.
No, you
Instead
got
of trying to calm yourself down and go, just stay asleep, stay asleep, stay asleep.
I go
calm
animal
down.
so fast, like, oh my God, I got to take advantage of this. I could do whatever I want.
Because you only have a few seconds,
before
maybe
I
a minute
wake
or
up
two.
or drift back into dreamland. So I'll try to fly because flying's cool. You know?
I can't wait until you think it's a dream and it's not. And you fucking jump through your
Who says
fucking
that
bay
hasn't
window.
happened?
They find you in the bushes with a fucking cut up face and head.
How many shallow graves there are laying around because I thought I was dreaming.
Hey, I want to go back to this old movie thing because I was hoping this was going to start something. We got a couple calls already. Walt, what's up, Walt?
Hey, good morning, guys. Opie, I think that movie was called Shenandoah. Was it a color movie? You know what I mean? In color?
Oh, come on,
There's
sir.
no way to
don't.
talk about that,
Come
sir.
on now.
Yeah,
I don't care who the cast was. Never say it.
That's right. Patch of Blue is a fine film.
It was in color, and they had to take on the Indians. I mean, I only watched the first 20 minutes. I watched the new wife get slapped, and then possibly. Oh, and then Henry Fonda takes the stick.
Yeah.
And you're thinking he's going to go, oh, that's crazy. I forgot the name of his Indian friend. It had some weird Indian name or whatever.
He did.
Rainmaker.
He takes the stick, and he's right next to the fireplace, and there's a fireplace the fires are burning. So I'm like, oh, he obviously is a good guy because you don't realize this was normal behavior when the movie was filmed. So I'm assuming he's just going to throw the stick in the fire like, oh, we obviously don't need this.
Yeah.
He hangs it on his mantle.
It's like, it's a reminder, bitch.
Right, it's just sitting right there. Maybe it was Shenandoah. I don't know there, Walt.
Yep, I think that was it, buddy. You guys have a nice day. Thanks.
All right, and then Greg in Maryland. Here we go. What's up, Greg?
A couple months ago, I saw a John Wayne movie, and I don't know the name of it, but he was a wealthy rancher, and he and his wife were estranged. And at the end of the movie, he takes his wife and he spanks her.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Not in a sexy way.
No. Not in a this is really outrageous and you shouldn't be doing this. No,
Yeah.
They're just showing what the times were like
That's-
when the movie was
that's
filmed.
how it was.
And what was
Sure.
acceptable.
The Duke and his 40 pounds of liverwurst in his colon, fucking paddling his wife's fanny.
Our cable, this cannot be happening. Patrick in Florida, please tell me this isn't true. Go ahead.
Hello.
Oh, it's very true. I looked into it. No law that says a cable channel has to censor its content.
No, the FCC does
They're
not
doing it
run.
to themselves.
They're doing
Of
it for
moral
sponsors.
obligation.
They do it for sponsors
Right.
because they make money off of. It's not like HBO or Showtime or anything like that. It's the regular commercial cable channels. And if their sponsors find something offensive, they're going to pull their ads.
They can have any language they want on Comedy Central or on FX or on any of them.
But
Yeah, it
they're
just doesn't make sense to me. They're going to make money by ruining a perfectly good movie.
slaves to the man is what they are. Man.
Yeah, exactly. Punching out. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bruce in Minnesota, he wants to say this, and I think we'll all be in agreement. Blazing Saddles is the worst on regular TV.
Yeah, that is horrible.
Yeah, we don't even have to take your phone call, Bruce.
They-
You're right on that one.
They chop the shit out of that. They add in parts that were edited out. It's really amazingly bad.
You know any older movies where like the behavior is so just over the top ridiculous?
I was trying to think of some that was pretty good. A lot of times, a hysterical woman will get slapped in the face and go, "Ah!" because she's hysterical.
And then
needs
she's
that.
not upset that she just got slapped. She's almost like, "Thank you for doing that. I was out of control, and you calmed me down."
The
with a
grapefruit
smack to the
mush
face.
scene is good too. With can't remember the actor's name or actress for that matter, but
What movie?
they're sitting having breakfast.
That's Jesus.
not
Top of the
Jesus.
world. Oh,
is
God.
that him?
That's
Yeah,
James
yeah.
Cagney.
Cagney, right? And he picks up half a grapefruit and just grabs the girl's fucking head and just smushes the grapefruit in her
Especially
face.
a grapefruit, which is so
I know.
acidic.
It really burned your eyes. I'm
Do we have
sure.
that, Danny? I would love to see that on
It
YouTube.
is a
James
good
Cagney,
one.
grapefruit.
Oh, we've
Yeah.
shown that one before.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
I remember now. Yeah, at the
Yeah,
at
He's
the
just
old
like,
place
"Why
we used
go?"
we
and he calls us something bad while he.
we showed that scene over and over again in a loop. We were out of our minds.
We have the volume on
Oh,
us.
here it is. Yeah, a little volume.
They're sitting down for breakfast.
Uh-oh. No volume?
Is it you or me?
I think it's me.
No.
Oh, Dan.
Oh,
Come on, you queer.
Dan.
All ready, Tom.
Ain't you got a drink in the house?
Well, not before breakfast, dear.
I didn't ask you for any lip. I asked you if you had a drink.
I know, Tom, but... Well, gee, I wish that...
Hey, you go down wishing stuff again. I wish you was a wishing well. So that I could tie a bucket to you and sink you.
Maybe you found someone you like better.
You can't do that.
He takes it and he basically shove punches it into her face.
Punches her with the
look
grapefruit.
on his face, too. He's just fucking miserable looking at him.
Hey, do you have Kiss of Death? Find Widmark's fucking wheelchair scene.
Another one of my favorites.
He fucking Widmark goes looking for this guy Peter, who he thinks is tattling, and of course the mother's in a wheelchair. She's Peter's not here, and Widmark is just not having it.
No,
he doesn't go for her
He'll have
explanation.
none of that.
What a great bad guy
That
he was.
is so fucking funny. I wish you were a wishing well.
Okay,
tie a bucket to you and sink you.
He has a fucking cigarette hanging out of his mouth.
He wants a drink before breakfast.
There she is in the
Oh,
wheelchair.
there she is.
Here we go.
It's Richard Widmark.
Volume?
God damn it. He was good back then.
Oh.
It's on. It's on. He's just looking around. He sees the woman
There's
in
the
wheelchair.
The old broad in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
He's going to ask her a couple of questions. He wants them answered immediately.
Your friend Pieter?
Pieter.
Yeah. Where's the squirt?
Not home. Come home late tonight, maybe. After dinner sometime. Maybe.
Where'd he go to?
Pieter? How I know where Pieter go? Uptown, downtown, baseball game, anywhere.
Baseball game. Oh, he is not pleased
He's
with her
not
explanation.
happy with that explanation at
Now
all.
he's walking through the house to find the squirt. In the 40s, that was like calling somebody a cunt face.
Where's the squirt?
And now he sees that the guy's like drawers are all open from him making a hasty getaway.
Of course, he's been here.
He realizes the guy made, and his clothes are all gone, so he realized the guy took off.
And she's just bullshitting.
Look at that old school wheelchair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was actually a chair with wheels.
Double crossing squealers, both of you.
What's the matter? I don't know nothing.
So the yellow squirt beat it, huh? Took a powder, huh? That rat.
He's wiping. He's trying to decide what to do with this old bitch.
How am I gonna fuck her up?
Where'd he go? I'm asking you, where's that squealing son of yours? You think a squealer can get away from me? Huh?
With that hat.
Oh, he's the best.
You know what I do to squealers? I let them have it in the belly. So they can roll around for a long time thinking it over.
She's just cowering.
Yeah, she knows it's not going to be good from here on out.
No.
And he looked down, and he sees a fucking cord, and he has a burst of inspiration.
He's not just gonna leave. Yeah.
Telling me he's coming back.
Pulls the cord out.
You lying old hag.
The best line ever.
That's great.
Now he's tying her up in the wheelchair.
You got to tie her to the wheelchair. What's she gonna get up and leave?
On a train, huh?
A train.
Where you going?
Out she goes. Here she goes to the old stepperoos.
I'm outside. I can't move. I'm sick.
Top of the stairs.
Top of the stairs. Oh boy. She falls out.
She does a complete endo.
And that was a full 1940s building flight of steps. That wasn't.
And you know it wasn't carpeted.
No, it's nice and hard.
That wasn't these little wraparound steps you see in office buildings. That was I can look for a quarter mile and see the steps I have to climb. He shoved her down the fucking steps. Head first down the wheelchair.
You old hag.
You lying old hag.
Lying old hag.
See if you could find where he slaps Luigi in the face too. There's one where he's gonna kill this guy Nick, and he wants to buy him dinner. You know, it's like a really weird scene, and the other guy has the nerve to tell him that the kitchen is closed.
Oh, the nerve!
And he gives him just a good slap across his fat Italian. It's how you want to treat somebody every time you see them, whether it's Bob or Voss or just anybody you want to slap.
As Danny finds out, Jeff in Houston. Jeff.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Hey,
Hi, Jeff.
Hey, that John Wayne movie is McClintock. At the very end of the movie, somebody puts in his head that he needs to go teach his wife a lesson. And so he's chasing her around town, knocking her through buildings and all this stuff. And the whole town's just following, laughing, encouraging. She gets her clothes ripped off. And they're all just giggling, chasing, and helping him out with. And he finally gets her to the end and starts beating on her. Somebody sticks a paddle in his hand. So he's beating her.
What happened to the phones?
I don't know. His phone just got low.
Stop whispering.
Sir.
Hello?
Jeff.
Maybe it was his phone.
Your phone dropped
Yeah.
out horribly. I guess you want to say then the townsfolk encouraged him to spank her, right?
You got to help out.
Yeah, it was just like he's going into domestic abuse, and they're all thinking it's hilarious.
Yeah, he's probably on a bad cell tower.
All right, man.
Do you
Thank
prefer
sir.
Jeff or Jeffykins?
Yeah, we lost it for the most part. Let's go to Willie in Oklahoma. Willie.
Yeah, hey.
All right, you know what?
It's the
What happened around here over the weekend?
The name of the movie?
William.
Hold on, Willykins, we
How
can't
does
hear
that
you.
just happen out of nowhere? Like everything was fine. Everything was fine, and then it's not fine anymore.
We're going to take a break.
I don't get it.
40 yelling, scream, and bitch. He had a great phone call. We have a lot of great phone calls coming in. And our phones are shot.
And that's what happens. And that's
so
what
fucking
happens.
frustrating.
All right, well, let's get could just be a wire blown. Let's get Mars in here and see if he can chew on them.
All right, we'll take a break, see what's going on with the
Correct.
phones. We'll continue with, women abuse in old films
Of course.
and other things. Opie and Anthony.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
I've
Opie
seen
and
that.
Anthony.
Never.
Getting word that Lady Gaga's a hermaphrodite? What do you know on this, Sam?
Well, apparently over the weekend, whatwould.TylerDurdenDo.com posted a quote from her that said she has a little penis with her vagina. She was born with both. She said it's not like a big deal. It's just something. I mean, I would assume she's probably lying.
Yeah,
But,
she knows how to manipulate the media.
But she said
Knowing they'll print anything that she says.
She says, it's not something that I'm ashamed of. Just isn't something that you go around telling everybody. Yes, I have both male and female genitalia, but I consider myself a female. It's just a little bit of a penis and really doesn't interfere much with my life. The reason I haven't talked about it is it's not a big deal to me. Like, come on. It's not like we all go around talking about our vages. I think this is a great opportunity to make other multiple gendered people feel more comfortable with their bodies. I'm sexy. I'm hot. I have both a poon and a peener. Big fucking deal.
Does she wonder if she has a giant clit or if it's a fucking actual dick?
Sure, all that is clipped and saved to be made into a promo or some bullshit with me saying it like it's really me.
Danny made the sign, so
Oh,
yeah.
I know. All Danny has to do is he puts his hands down like a chopping motion on either side, like cut that out and save
Danny's
it.
like a third base coach.
Yeah.
Those signals
Oh,
he
yeah,
does
yeah.
to Travis.
Now that sounds to me like a little goofy publicity thing.
Yeah, she said she has a peener.
A peener and
and a peener.
A poon and a peener.
Well, I figured she had a poon
and
before.
peener in the
Yeah.
morning.
Poon and peener.
I would listen to Poon and Peener every morning.
Poon and Peener show.
Poon and Peener.
Shock Jock's Poon and Peener in trouble today.
Again. This time it was Poon.
What did Poon say?
That's right. At least you know who the hole is.
Poon and Peener. Weekday morning, 6 to 10 a.m. Fucking Poon and Peener. That's all I want to say now.
God damn.
Poon and Peener. Say it to yourself. It's fun.
Poon and Peener. What?
Yeah,
I think
Scott
it's
from
bullshit.
you know what?
Yeah.
Scott from Hogpog makes a very good point. Let's remember, a little bit of a penis is still a penis.
A penis. I've seen a lot of shit on the internet. A lot. And I've never seen a hermaphrodite.
Really?
Where I'm talking a cock and a vagina. I've seen bitches with giant clits. Seen that shit.
Yeah. And bitches with giant cocks.
I've seen bitches. No. But I've never seen a penis with a vagina where the balls are supposed to be. Sorry. Ain't seen it.
Well, I've seen photos of it.
Where? When?
I don't know. I
Show me. I need to
fucking
jerk off.
I'm sure we can find them very
We
easily.
looked it up. I would love to see that.
Is it true that there is a picture of her peener sticking out of her dress or something?
No.
I've never seen any peener
Someone is saying, look at the video clip of Lady Gaga's cock popping out of her dress on www.tdd.com/
Oh.
No.
That's it.
What? Can you see her peener?
Yeah, it was just up.
Let's see her peener.
That was it. Yeah, what you just had up.
That was it. Yeah.
Look between your legs.
Just had up. Yeah, that was it.
That's it. That little flesh.
Yes, Booger Couch writes, Ken Jeong has a half a peener. That's very true if you saw The Hangover. Jimmy, what are you looking at? Anything?
Can't see anything. What the fuck are you seeing there?
No, it's lights.
Yes, I think
It's just lights and shit.
Stop it. It's not a peener.
No.
No peener?
Peener.
All right. Fetal Scraping Smith from the Bronx writes, 1955 movie with Sophia Loren. Prompting her boyfriend that he's not a real man, he slugs her.
Uh-oh.
She then kisses him and yells, "Now you're a real man."
You got to beat a broad.
And what? Clint Eastwood got into this woman thing. Chris, what do you got?
Good evening.
Hi.
Hello.
I think it was High Plains Drifter. The chick slaps his face. He picks her up, carries her across the street to the stables, and rapes the shit out of her. And for the rest of the movie, she's in love with him.
Yeah, see, that's how that's how you got the chick back then.
Well, Chris
You
is the last.
had to smack 'em.
Chris is the last phone call for today because our phones suck. So we have to take
Until
the
they
phones
fix it.
out of the game.
All right, that's
Chris.
like a big clip.
Wow, that's sexy.
Or something.
If it's a dick, it's not sexy.
Is that Lady Gaga?
If it's a dick, it's not.
No, it's
sexy.
not. But if it's a big clit, that's hot. But if it's like beyond the point where it's actually a cock,
That's one of those giant thumb-sized clits, like fucking China.
She has masculine hands too.
China has.
What the fuck is going on there?
She may actually have bigger than a clit.
She's got a poon
Big
and a
clit.
peener.
She would have said, I have a big clitoris or whatever. She wouldn't have said, it's a penis. No chick with a big clit calls it a dick unless it really is.
Does a urethra run through it? I love that movie. Urethra runs through it. Does a urethra run through it? Because that to me says it's either a peen or a clit.
That's where she got her name from, by the way. Whenever guys see her without her penis, they're like, gah!
Well, this is very good. Well, Billy from Mrs. See, we can't do the phones. We need our phones. Go to VHO.com for hermaphrodite photos. They're doing.
Yeah? Look under the bizarre section, by the way.
Yeah.
You got to be careful, though.
Oh.
Don't let your cat near the computer.
Oh, Uncle Paul. Did your cat once...
Had some problems.
That is such a fucking...
I don't know this story.
I
What's
saw it on
going
the
on?
ticker on Fox News.
Yeah.
Giant... Fucking Manhattan. I'm waiting at a light, and I see the ticker on Fox News, and I'm reading this story just laughing. Apparently, a guy was in a little bit of a jam-up with some kiddie porn on his computer, and he blamed it on his cat.
His name is, he's 48, and his name is Kenneth Griffin. He was charged with 10 counts
10
of child porn. They found like 1,000 child pornographic images. And he told the detectives
Naughty kitty.
he would leave his computer on, and his cat would jump on the keyboard.
Yep.
When he returned, there would be strange material downloaded.
Exactly.
He didn't.
Sometimes my cat right clicks, save image as.
Yeah, that's just it. It's like, so things are downloaded, and what the cat then opens up a file, puts the pictures in a file, closes it down. It has to be saved. What is this? This guy is so full of shit.
It's amazing. The cat even knew my password.
look at this grief.
How do you not love this guy?
Oh,
what an asshole!
my fucking cat.
Best excuse ever.
It really
he
is.
think a jury
Beats out
is
the
gonna...
Pete Townsend excuse.
Yeah, researching a book. Does he think the jury's going to buy that?
Who knows?
His cat? No fucking way.
A pet chimp would be more believable because they're smarter.
Yeah. They can just banging on the keyboard
They don't
and
know
there's
any better.
kitty porn popping up all over the place.
Well, let's try it out. Let's get a cat in here and see if you can find fucking kitty porn.
How funny would it be if you did and a cat knew exactly where to go and he professionally typed in?
With his little claws.
Yeah, very
ticka,
carefully.
Ticka, ticka with his claws. Ticka, ticka, ticka.
For whatever reason, cats just dig child porn. I don't know why. They don't know how wrong it is. They think it looks like the kid's having fun. They don't understand the implications. Stupid cats. Cats love child porn. I've been saying that for years. I would find magazines under my cat's litter box.
Oh, some people are saying that they're mistaking it for kitty porn.
God damn it.
That isn't it.
There it is.
Yeah, cats don't understand the D and the T make a big difference.
Yes. You're going to get your owner in big trouble.
This guy from Hot Pog, if the
that's
cat
funny.
downloads it, then why don't you erase it? Why didn't this guy erase the kitty porn?
Well, once it's there, well, might as well.
Might as well.
The cat
enjoy it.
locked the file. The cat had file lock. It's a Mac. Cat was the admin on the computer.
Yeah, that cat. Poor guy is there going, I can't change anything. No settings. The cat is the admin.
All the favorites are like fucking cat sites. Purina.com. Fucking litterbox sites. It's like, all right, with the cat shit, we get it.
Scratchingpost.org.
Just constantly signs petitions to ban declawing. Cat activists. I get it, Jim.
And he downloaded, the cat downloaded 1,000 pictures?
1,000, yeah.
1,000, so it wasn't...
Yeah. He's a busy. You know, cats are very nocturnal. Opie.
That's not even believable if it was only one.
Yes.
Yeah, you'd have a lot of explaining to do if it was one.
You know those stories where you have a cat or a dog where the owner is dying and they dial 911, and it's like miracle, a dog dialed 911, an emergency was sent over, and you're like, wow, that's amazing. It's not amazing because you know how many people are dead on the floor with fucking the corner deli being called by the cat or dog. Or fucking, so just nothing to do with help whatsoever.
It was just a luck thing.
Yeah. Every so often, you're going to get lucky. But let me tell you something. You don't get lucky that your cat downloads 1,000 child pornography pictures. And no one's going to buy it. This guy is so in jail.
And how does a cat keep calm as it downloads picture after picture after picture of those skittish fucks?
He's just... Wake up, his eyes are all bloodshot in the morning.
Cat's running an antivirus to make sure. Stupid cat. He doesn't know an exe file is bad.
No.
You hear about the bear that was eating the elderly woman?
No.
Yeah.
Elderly man.
Yes, she was a cougar.
Colorado wildlife officials say a bear was found feeding on the body of a 73-year-old woman. Imagine what that tasted like.
Dry.
Who had been repeatedly warned not to give dog food to the Bruins that lived near her home.
Interesting.
She was feeding the bears with dog food.
Dog food, that's cute.
A caretaker said she saw the bear over the woman's body Friday and called 911.
It was her leftovers.
The Colorado Division of Wildlife
Some
spokesman,
old
Joe
person.
whatever, says it's unclear if the bear killed the woman or if she died of other causes. He says the woman was known to feed bears dog food and would not stop, even after repeated requests from wildlife officials. Sheriff's deputies investigating the incident killed an aggressive bear at the woman's home. Stop killing the animal for doing what it's supposed to do.
With dog food in each hand and a trout up her ass.
Right.
Expects to fucking...
Dumb old lady.
Dope.
Yeah, bears are known to be aggressive.
Yeah.
Take the bear off the dead woman's body and put it back in the woods.
And let it go.
Exactly.
Had a taste of blood.
She probably thought she can get close to it now that she was feeding it. And the bear's like, finally, this old bitch gets close enough. And he clawed her dumb head. That cotton candy hairdo and her fucking bencher breath. He was so tired of her face.
Enough with your stupid dog food. I want the real meat.
You know, he wanted to get in there and get that computer. You heard what the cat was doing.
Start downloading. You think she screamed or just went like, oh my.
No,
like some
no.
old lady. Oh. To know the last thing she was saying.
It's chilly out here.
Oh, put on a sweater. Yeah. Another old broad story we got, too.
Which one?
That fucking lunatic that drove the wrong way.
Oh, one-way
another
broad.
one.
One-way
Another one.
broad. On which bridge?
The Tappan Zee.
You can't drive the wrong way in the Tappan Zee. That's almost impossible.
Almost.
How the fuck did she do it?
She did it.
How?
She was confused.
But how do you, make the U-turn?
I don't know. I think it was before the bridge.
Right.
She gets on the wrong way and then drives across the bridge. The cops spot her or someone says something and start chasing her. And when they finally pull her over, she goes, it was 2 miles, by the way, she drove. Yeah. And she goes, I was looking for a place to make a U-turn.
Why wouldn't you just stop
Just
your
stop.
fucking car immediately?
Yeah,
pull it over the
stop,
side as best as you can.
Call the cops, have them, fucking block traffic, turn you around. So, but you know what they did? They wrote her a few tickets, and now she has to take some kind of a driver's course.
What?
No, take her fucking license away.
They should have thrown her and her car over the side of the bridge.
Yes, 75 years old. 2 miles on the bridge the wrong fucking way.
No one got hurt, though?
No.
Oh, thank God.
Lucky.
How about old people just get retested? How about that?
Drove the wrong way on the Tappan Zee. She drove about 2 miles and then was stopped. She entered the highway from the exit 9 off-ramp. She told police she knew she had been driving the wrong way, but was going, kept going because she thought she would find a place to make a U-turn. She was given tickets, and she has to go to a course. some kind of course for
should
people
be
reach a
forced-
certain age. They just they can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
She should be forced to what?
I was just going to say weave in and out of fucking headstones until she falls in the one that's meant for her.
Stupid poon.
Go fucking feed some bears.
Poon and
Dummy.
Peter. That's a dumb broad right
Yeah,
there.
75. She's driving the wrong way. It's just time to fucking. Sorry, your independence is gone. Put on a diaper, get in a home, and fucking. It's over, Johnny.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Every news story that comes out about this fucking lunatic, it just proves that he was just an insane pedophile.
Insane
it really does.
Definitely saying insane pedophile.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what I'm saying.
Is Reverend Al still in on this Michael Jackson case?
No.
He disappeared,
Yeah,
moved
he
on to
left.
something else?
He left. He moved on. He's gone.
Didn't he want to get the body up there in Harlem and all that?
Yeah.
That
Take him on
failed?
tour. Is he buried? Is Michael Jackson buried?
Hell
Burned?
no.
What happened?
Hell no.
What are they doing?
They're
Does
trying to
anyone know?
They want a Graceland. They're just trying to figure out what
figure out where he should
where,
go.
where it makes sense to do that.
Well, this fucking lunatic.
The godfather of Michael Jackson's kids.
Yeah, the Godfather.
Claims he is the father of Paris Jackson because he saw a recent picture of her and went, holy shit, looks just like the daughter I have at home here.
And said that Michael had come to him and asked him to be a sperm donor for a child. And the only reason I can think of that Michael Jackson wanted this guy as a sperm donor.
You know who the guy is, right?
He's
a child star.
He's a child star
from England.
Is because Michael was so attracted to this guy when he was a kid. He wanted his
own version.
His own fucking version. If you watch the original movie Oliver, he played Oliver Twist in the movie Oliver. And the little blonde-haired kid, please, may I have some more?
He was
what he looked like.
You'll recognize him if you see him.
Please, sir, I want some more. That famous line was this guy?
That was that little kid.
That gave sperm to Michael Jackson for his kids?
And that is the one that Michael Jackson wanted a carbon copy of. I'm sure he was fucking disappointed as hell when a girl came out on that one.
Wow.
He wanted a little kid that looked like Oliver from the movie.
All these people are coming forward not because they care about the well-being of the children. They realize these kids are worth a shitload of money. Hundreds of
fortune.
millions of dollars.
Yep.
Hundreds of millions of dollars. That's why they don't give a crap about if they're being taken care of or not.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like this Catherine Jackson would do the right thing as far as the kids go. So what's the big deal?
Oh, the one that stays out of the limelight?
Well, the mom.
Primarily?
You know.
Oh, that one?
Yeah. The mom is in charge right now of the kids, right?
Yeah.
But now this guy's like, fuck that, man. I'm worried, and Paris looks like my daughter that I have at home.
I don't think it does, but
I'm
there-
convinced
there it
that
is.
Michael Jackson did end up using my sperm.
That is Michael Jackson's fucking wet dream right there.
We're looking at a very little picture.
Little Oliver.
A young picture of Oliver, yeah.
Coin
What's his
City
name?
yourself. I don't know.
A pedo. That's Mark Lester, I think his name is. Yeah. Little Mark Lester is everything Michael Jackson looked for in a molestable child. The blonde hair, the pouting lips.
Little hat.
The little hat.
The peener.
The peener.
Good old peener.
You know,
peener.
Michael wants that peener.
Yeah.
God, what a creep. Every fucking story. Your father was not weird.
It was weird what they did to your father.
What they did to him?
Weird what he had to deal with.
Yeah.
Which is what?
Oh, yeah.
You
That's
fat
what it was.
fucker.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Al.
What was it, Al?
What was it, Al? He's a pedo, Al.
Does anyone follow up with all the stuff Reverend Allen wants to do and realizes it all falls horribly short?
Once the cameras go away,
He faded out. He
Reverend Al
faded out
goes
of the
away.
Michael Jackson situation very quickly after he got all that exposure.
Last camera packs up, Reverend Al packs up. That's how it works. He leaves. It's over. That's what he's about.
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't want to be negative.
Oh, Jimmy. Yeah. Mark Lester. Does he want the kid?
I think so. I think that's what he's hinting at.
Yeah. Boy, he didn't do much after Oliver, huh? Except, jerk off into a fucking cup.
Well, what else is there to do after
Michael
Oliver?
Jackson. Yeah, exactly.
What the fuck, right? Football started last night. Jesus Christ. Already?
Did it?
Yeah, the Hall of Fame game, I guess.
Oh, so it didn't really start.
Well, it's yeah, you know, it's preseason stuff.
Yeah.
It's an amazing case. Quadriplegic 49 petitions court to end his life.
Oh, one of these.
He's his life's living hell, and his name is John Hammond, and I think he's in Australia, and he wants a bedside hearing next Friday. I'm sorry, that was the lawyer, Christian Rossiter or whatever. He's in 24-hour care, and he wants to just be taken off food, and he wants to die. Just like there's a great movie called Whose Life Is It Anyway? It's a Richard Dreyfuss movie with John Cassavetes, excuse me, where he plays a sculptor who's paralyzed in a car accident, and he fights for his right to be taken off life support so he can just go and fade away.
He's in Australia?
This guy, in the movie, it's not. The movie takes place in Boston, I think, but this guy's in Australia.
See, this guy should book oceanic flight to L.A., and then when he crashes on the island, he'll probably be fine and be able to walk around and be like a heroic character.
Wouldn't it be funny if they found out Lost was actually Staten Island? And they were all on Toad Hill Road.
Toad Hill Road. All they need to do is walk to the Verrazano or the Goethals.
Exactly.
Or the Outer Bridge.
Or the Bayonne Bridge. Is that in Staten Island or no?
Yeah, doesn't that come over? Yeah, I think it does. I'm not sure.
You should be able to own your own life at least.
Yep.
You don't really own much in this world.
You're not allowed to.
You should be able to at least own your own life and decide what you want to do with yourself.
In some countries you can.
Not ours.
Not here, no.
Not ours.
We have freedom to not be as free as we think we
Yeah, we have a lot of freedom,
are.
don't we?
We have a lot of freedom.
The freedom of this country is just crazy. I don't know what to do with all of it. Such a joke.
You're free to not be free.
Wow. No, I feel freedom all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. It's crazy.
You have to adhere to rules every second of your life.
Right.
You're adhering to rules and regulations that are put on you. You're supposed to be free, but there are things you can't do all the time.
You pretty much can't do anything.
When you leave here, try just walking down the middle of the road instead of the sidewalk.
You'll get a ticket.
You have to walk on the sidewalk.
But I want to walk in the middle of the road.
You can. You're not free to do so.
Well, you're not. I have to play devil's advocate.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
But don't walk in the middle of the road.
But don't swallow.
Don't swallow.
Is you're exercising your freedom can't interfere with the safety of others, and walking in the middle of the road is a safety hazard for other people who are driving.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, but you still should be able to do it if you
As
want.
far as men who want to fuck each other's heinies and then get married, that should be legal.
That should be legal?
Sure it should.
Oh, yeah.
That's just a bunch of people forcing their morality down everybody else's fucking throat.
And other things. I'd like to introduce you to morality. Here he is. Big bubble-butted gentleman in a white T-shirt.
So are they gonna let this guy die or what?
I don't know.
You don't know? No one knows, right?
I certainly
we'll
hope
know
so.
after the hearing.
For his sake, I hope so, because it's what he wants.
Nah, they won't.
They might. Just all he wants to be is taking, like you feeding somebody against.
How bad
their...
is he? Is he like?
No, he's not like that.
Oh, then if his mind is still working, they ain't gonna fucking let him die. They will not let him fucking die.
Then he should just go to another country.
How's he
He
gonna
can't.
get
He's
there?
paralyzed.
What is he gonna
Come on.
blow into a straw for the next 10
Come on.
years and hope for the best?
Well,
Just fucking blow into his straw.
how the fuck is he getting there, Jim?
He's exhausted. He's hyperventilating. He hasn't gone fucking 15 feet.
Oh, and it's Australia to begin with. So.
Right. Where's he going? It's all the fucking same place.
He's just gonna like blow his way all the way to the
Just blow your way to the
shoreline.
coral reef and hope a shark eats you.
That's how I get from place to place. I blow my way from town to town.
Thanks for the lift.
Yeah. Who needs bus fare? Why?
Because.
Why not?
Because he's big and gay.
You guys following any of this Woodstock shit 40 years ago?
What?
40 years ago, what, on the 15th?
August, 3 days of peace and music, my
I've had
friend.
more than enough of Woodstock.
Yeah.
I'm sick of hearing about it. Let it go.
They did a Dateline thing on it last night. I was hooked. I watched the whole hour. And
Yeah?
Jesus Christ.
Did they show, was it like a lot of new clips or shit from movies? Did they show naked people?
They just,
It's the only thing
they
I
just
wanna
picked,
see.
they
Hairy
picked,
hippies.
They picked more obscure people to really kind of talk about the Woodstock. Some priest that came up and
God,
and
who
it
cares?
changed his whole life where he didn't want to be a priest anymore. He's studying to be a priest and met some 17-year-old hot thing.
No shit.
And they teased it the whole show. And I turned to my girl. I'm like, they're obviously going to show the wife. That's going to be the big get at the end of this hour. And she was a hot, young, fucking hippie.
40 years ago.
And they showed her finally, and she couldn't be more of a beast if you drew it on a piece of paper.
Wow.
And I'm like, holy shit, was that disappointing. I thought she'd like maybe kept herself together in the 40 years.
So when you think 40 years, and if they were, in their teens.
She didn't have a hint of a female body.
Yeah.
And
Was she fat?
She was like, yeah, she was kind of
Manly.
like, there was no shape to her body, short hair, that whole thing. And they showed them walking away hand in hand where Woodstock, happened 40 years ago, dramatically.
Here's where she blew me.
Right. But they show the young wannabe a priest guy. He's on his old, I think it was an old Harley. He meets her in traffic, and she, jumped on his bike, and they hung out for the 3 days, and love was in the air, man.
Isn't it weird, though? You see somebody in traffic, and that's the person you spend the next 40 years with.
Yeah, they've been married 39 years. Not only did he say fuck being a priest, he married this girl.
He gave up God.
And
quickly.
she was hot like
The old picture is not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. She had that nice little young 17-year-old body with the long hair, and she was
Yeah.
enjoying some music, my friend.
God damn.
It's so weird. We still talk about Woodstock. It was just a long weekend.
Yeah, it was just a long concert.
I mean, when you look
weekend.
back, you think that it went on for a month or something. It was the whole summer. No, it was just 3 lousy days.
3 days with a lot of lousy music, by the way, and a few good ones. But, who wants to see Sha Na Na?
Yeah.
They were there?
Sha Na Na was there. It's funny to look at the lineup that was at Woodstock. There were a few bands. There was one band, I think, called The Quill.
Yeah, who?
Like most of these bands, you go, oh, okay, Richie Havens, oh, Jimi Hendrix, oh, Janis Joplin, oh, The Who. They ended up having, tremendous careers long past Woodstock was over. And then there was a band called, I think, The Quill. What do we know
Quill.
about The Quill?
Nothing.
During the...
Is this The Quill?
This is The Quill.
Oh.
That's kind of cool.
Is it?
Yeah, why not?
Jam bandish.
Yeah.
Well, the Quill opened day 2, and they did 5 songs.
This sounds a little like Doyle Hargrave's band.
Stephen, that's from
Santana?
Bayshore. Today, that hot 17-year-old girl has somehow turned into a slightly thinner fat Matt. Time sucks a fat one.
The Dead, of course. Who headlined that night? It wasn't even The Dead, huh? Oh, CCR was there. I didn't realize they were there.
CCR, yeah.
They did 11 songs. They were like one of the bigger bands.
And
Sly and the Family Stone, Joplin.
The band.
And The Who headlined 24 songs they did.
The Who
Holy
did
shit.
24 songs?
Are you shitting me? And the movie, they show like 2 songs, and they don't show all the bands. They don't like the movies.
I don't remember the movie. I was thinking I was going to maybe pick that up and watch it again.
Yeah, they don't show enough of like what was going on. I don't know.
Why didn't this band make it? It's like pretty much any
Like
other
anything else.
band that was happening during the era.
This is a second stage act at a festival now.
Probably,
It's
yeah.
just like, who are those guys?
If the boys down the hall could find the Dateline special from last night, they interviewed the lead singer of the band a lot. I always forget his name. And he had all sorts of problems with his throat. I think it was throat cancer and whatnot, and he survived. But he now sounds like the pervy neighbor from Family Guy.
Oh, really?
So if you guys could get a sample of him talking from last night. He whistles. He whistles as he talks. That.
Oh, I thought he whistled professionally like Steve the Whistler.
Oh, no. There's kind of a whistling that happens because he's talking through, I guess, fake teeth or something. So it kind of a lot of air escapes when he talks.
Yeah.
Let's see. Here's the canceled act. This is pretty interesting. The Jeff Beck Group.
Canceled?
The band broke up in July, forcing cancellation.
No, that was
Iron Butterfly.
hold on. That was a smart move, huh?
Yeah, Miss Woodstock.
Iron Butterfly. They get stuck at the airport. Their manager demanded helicopters and special arrangements.
Yep.
They were told they were wired back as impolitely as Western Union were allowed to get lost. But in other words, Joni Mitchell, her agent, put her on the Dick Cavett show.
Instead?
Yeah, another fucking dummy who thinks that just the only thing that matters is a TV appearance. And Lighthouse, who I don't know who they were. And
fucking better love Lighthouse.
Ethan Brown. Who's that?
I don't know.
Lighthouses. That's pretty cool.
And you know what? I think a lot of people forget, but Janis Joplin and Jimi Hendrix, it was pointed out during the Dateline thing, they were dead a year later.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't really think about that. You think Woodstock, holy
Done.
shit, and then they were both dead by 1970.
What was day one, Danny? Can we see day one? Because day two, the headline, it was like Sly and the Family Stone, then Joplin, then The Who. And then the third day, it was like the CCR. What a fucking lineup, man. This was a pretty amazing lineup.
But who actually saw it? Like, did you ever see the fucking the crowd?
Right.
Like, they didn't have big TVs set up so you could see it from the back.
Melanie did 2 songs.
Oh.
What, did she do roller skate?
No.
She didn't do roller skate.
Joan Baez.
Yeah, Joan Baez did
She
some
was a headliner?
fucking folky shit.
Okay.
Dedicated it to our husband who was in prison on a hunger strike, by the way. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. Man!
I hate hunger strike.
I
How do
don't
they
know
work?
why. It's just man.
Yeah, I think most of the people that say they were there weren't there, or if they were there, they were way too far away
They
to
didn't
hear
see shit.
anything.
I was
no
there.
one looks at the moment. You look in hindsight.
Right.
So it was like, oh, I was there. No, you weren't.
I was there. My mother actually wanted me to see. I was just a boy, so she actually got on her hands and knees and just opened her vag. I could see.
Jesus, Jimmy. took a peek out.
It was so odd because I was a year old.
Carrying around
like a kangaroo.
Kangaroo. Your little pouch.
And then that Jimi Hendrix improv with the fucking Star Spangled Banner, man. One of the Hendrix guys was talking during the special last night saying, yeah, that wasn't planned.
Really?
That he was just going to completely just redo the Star Spangled Banner like he did.
And he played like at the end of the fucking
Live
thing.
on Helm. Oh yeah, I mean half the people
everyone
were
was
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, they showed it last night. And
Garbage all over the place.
Yeah, it was very sparse. But they talk about it like this thing went on for a month. It was 3 lousy days.
Yeah.
Like they set up camp for the summer.
Yeah.
like they set up some kind of soup kitchen to try to feed people because they were running out of food and no one knew where to shit and people were bathing nude everywhere.
In the big lake, that mud pit
That
with the
rocks.
naked, hairy people.
It just shows you how much things just suck. You couldn't get a Woodstock thing going today. I know they've tried the fake Woodstock, but one of these things where it just all comes together like that, because permits and all sorts of shit, it would just never happen again like that.
The new Woodstock, man,
Yeah,
it's all
right.
corporate. Meh. Yeah. Bottle of water, $10.
I performed at Woodstock '94.
I know you did.
But it wasn't like Woodstock.
It was OB.
1969.
It was the same thing.
I mean, that's a great gig for you, but
that sucked.
You can't even compare the two.
It was awful. I can't believe that's 15 fucking years ago I did that gig.
What?
15 years ago.
Ow, wow.
With Levy. Levy was doing coke off his license. We're laying in the tent. I told you we kept running over because we were in a tent with these other performers. And these African band, the one African guy's big fucking dick would bulge in his pants, and we would all point at it and laugh in the morning. He had to have fucking 9 soft. And I was with Florentine and Don Jameson and fucking... And Levy wanted to talk at 3 in the morning. He's doing blow off his license.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, this was the.
Is this from the Woodstock version? Wow. Who was the big get for Woodstock?
I think
the
it
Who?
was the Who.
They were all, the Who.
Santana was pretty big at the time, but the Who was like.
Joplin was big, right?
And Tommy had just come out.
Have you ever been up there to check out where Woodstock happened?
No.
I kind of have the urge to do that.
I've been to Woodstock, New York. It's nice.
But it wasn't in Woodstock, New York. That's the
No.
trivia question, Jimmy. It wasn't in Woodstock, New York.
Well, how far was it from there?
Where was it? In Bethel?
3,000 miles.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
Was it
in
Bethel?
Los Angeles. Yeah.
Bethel, New York? Next town over, I guess.
Yeah. It was supposed to be in Woodstock, and then something fell apart.
What was his name? Yager? Yager?
Yazger.
Yazger, that's right.
Yazger's farm.
What was he thinking to
man.
rent out his farm to 500,000 people?
He was a dumb hillbilly.
How much money did he
motherfucker.
get? I bet you it was like
I
10
probably
grand.
got nothing.
Some dumb number, I bet you.
Well, they had to stop honoring tickets. Like,
Well,
so
the-
then people just came in for free. It was free.
Well, what
free
was the
concert.
big announcement? From now on, it's a free concert,
man! Like, they had some chain link fences, but people were just cutting through them or
Yeah.
walking over them, and no tickets. Fuck it. No ticket.
Music should be free, man.
Now I'm just gonna grab some bitch and have her give me a blowjob, and she won't care.
They did a little piece on the trip tents last night on Dateline. I keep saying Dateline. I hope I'm giving them credit. Where if you were having a bad trip, this woman understood a bad trip, so she had tents set up so you could come in and enjoy the rest of your trip.
Your trip,
man. They were called not trip tents, teepees.
Teepees, man.
Yeah, she set up teepees so you could go inside and enjoy the rest of your trip, man.
Because you'd freak out. You look at that many people tripping. I'm lost, man.
And how great is it? They said the traffic was so horrific. Just imagine trying to do this today. This is the only reason I'm bringing it up.
Yeah.
Traffic was so horrific. People said, fuck it, and just started parking anywhere they wanted, and then would walk the rest to
They would
the
stop
venue.
their car like on the throughway.
Would that happen today
and then
without
just
your
get out and walk?
Without your car just being towed
No.
and ticketed?
They take
and-
bulldozers now and just push them off the
Right.
road. If you block the fucking New York State throughway,
I'd be fucking beeping. There was no easy pass.
yeah.
Oh, that would suck.
Let me say hi to Carney. Carney.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Carney.
So I think someone was saying that somebody said to Pete Townsend during Woodstock, it was like Abby Hoffman or something, said, when they looked out over the crowd, they said, look at it, it's a teenage wasteland. And that's how they came up with the term teenage wasteland from Bob O'Reilly.
But why Baba O'Reilly? That song really should just be called Teenage Wasteland. Make
Yeah,
it easy
really.
for everybody.
Just to bring it all around again,
You know what? I never knew that. Is that really where that song came from?
Yeah, and
or,
that's-
or that part of the song?
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing was Mayor Baba, and that's where Baba came from and something like that, but the actual Teenage Wasteland part of the song came from someone saying to Pete Townsend.
Huh. Very cool. Thank you, sir. Let's go to Bam
like
in
Rudy.
Florida. Bam.
What's up, fellas?
Hey, man.
Hey,
I don't know
man.
if you guys have seen the preview. There's a Woodstock movie coming out. It looks real douchey and queer. It's got Dimitri Martin, the kind of fruitcake comedian. He has got his own show on Comedy Central and shit, but it just looks absolutely putrid.
Yeah,
Awful.
it's like a it's not a documentary, right?
No, it's not a documentary. It's
Yeah.
kind of like a look back and how everything came together and how everything fell apart all at the same time.
You know why that movie isn't going to work? I saw the preview, too. It looks too pretty.
Yeah.
Woodstock, people were just covered in mud and shit.
It was nasty.
Because there was nowhere to shit. So when it rained, I think it was the second day, the mud and the shit combined everywhere. Because people were just dumping wherever the fuck they could.
Lovely.
Punching out, fellas. Happy birthday, Jimmy.
Thank you.
But they all, like in the preview, they have all very colorful tie-dyes on it. Everything's too nice and bright
Yeah.
and clean.
Yeah, it doesn't have that look.
No. Let's go to Steve in New York. Steve.
Hey, good morning, boys.
By the way, good job by Travis just keeping the Woodstock music going. I like this.
I like that.
Steve, what do you got?
Janice.
Yeah, one of the biggest impacts, besides it was just a 3-day, concert, my brother and my brother-in-law were there. My brother just got back from Nam, and he went up there, and I wound up living about 8 miles away from the site, and it just closed down town for like 30-mile radius. I mean, just small little country back roads. It was just hippies everywhere, and they just shut down, everything.
But see, that's the theme of this conversation. They shut down traffic for it was a long weekend.
For how long?
Yeah. It was 3 days.
How long they shut down traffic?
Probably
until they went and got their cars.
Probably like maybe 5 total days. A day before, maybe a day after was a nightmare too, I'm sure.
Yeah, the locals told me it took like a week to get all the cars and the hippies and everything, out of there so they could get back to some kind of life.
And how many of them stayed and just made Woodstock?
I know.
Sound?
We're not going to leave, man. This is going to be our new place, man.
We want the magic that's here.
Get the fuck out. I think there were some people that wanted to,
a lot of people stayed.
Stay there, yeah.
Not a lot. I mean, a good amount.
Stayed on the farm or in Woodstock, New York?
But I love how people bitch, and it took so long to get them out. Yeah, but then now you're known in history.
Yeah.
Now you got all sorts of business coming in. They're making a lot of money on the tourist dollar.
Oh, yeah.
Let me go to Flounder in Jersey. Flounder.
What's up, guys?
Hey.
Woodstock, New York, the town itself. I go every summer. We go up there for reunion.
Why?
And not like a family reunion, like we do family reunion, but they're not like all hippies. But the town of Woodstock is all people.
All people what?
Oh, my God.
You wouldn't go there,
people
Ed?
What?
Ant, you wouldn't go to Woodstock?
Why? No.
Why wouldn't you?
Oh, fuck.
A nice bed and breakfast?
Yeah. A little bed and breakfast.
I want room service and TV.
I know,
You get to have breakfast with other couples from around the country. It's
Fuck
nice.
that.
And they have a little tea hour, right?
No.
You would enjoy the tea hour.
I'd hate
And then they have
that.
little board games where you might play a little board game with somebody else.
Bored being the definitive word. I hate things like that. I'm not going to go look at nature like fucking take a little tour of where a bunch of people stood 40 years ago.
That doesn't. I love going to places
Why
where cool things happen.
I like that too, but that was like, and here's where people stood. That's like not like going to Dealey Plaza or something, you know?
Right.
That's kind of very cool. This is just.
When you go to Dealey Plaza, you feel like you're on a movie set. It's so bizarre because you've seen it so many times on TV.
Yeah.
When you're there, it just looks like a movie set.
Yeah, you're
Like
familiar with
it's
everything.
all facades and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. You forget that they're still trying to do business in that area.
The only time I went and like was looking at nature, I went out to like what is it? Arches National Park out in Utah, I think it is.
Yeah, that shit's cool.
And they filmed like some Indiana Jones movie. They film a lot of fucking movies out there, and that was really cool. You get those things that just come out of the fucking ground with a boulder sitting on top of it.
Doesn't
Been
make
there
sense.
for a million years.
What the fuck's that?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, keep thinking your life's important.
Oh, I know. You go out there and look around, and you're just like,
This
I'm
life
a
doesn't mean
speck.
shit, so just go raping.
I'm a speck here for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Fucking mayflies.
Other bands that weren't. Wait. The best bands never even made it. These bands were invited but never showed?
I'm guessing the Stones were invited.
Or they declined invitations. You got the Doors.
Foundry?
Foundry said no.
Rotgut?
Rotgut said no.
Yeah.
The
probably
Doors. The Doors said no. Zeppelin said no. Jethro Tull said no. The Byrds said no.
A lot of big bands.
And Bob Dylan's kid was sick. You think Bob Dylan's holding a grudge on that one?
Yeah. I'm a little angry. I missed the big jam.
His son had the flu shits, and
yeah,
and that's why he wasn't performing in front of 500,000 people live to be remembered for the rest of history.
Where was Clapton?
Clapton, you think should have been there?
Yeah, where was Clapton? One of his bands. Who was he in back then? Cream or
The
something?
Yardbirds?
Could have been. I don't know. It could have been.
Man.
Yeah. Matt, North Carolina.
What's up, boys?
Hey.
Hey, going back to last week, can you imagine all the dirty shitters that were in that crowd?
Well, in the actual movie, Woodstock, they do show the guy that comes in to suck out the portable toilets. They interviewed him in the movie, and he's just sucking shit out of these things.
That was his job?
He goes, and then I wipe it down. He goes, you got to keep it clean for the kids. Like, it's just some
I don't
old guy
remember.
doing,
I gotta
his,
watch this
doing
again.
his job.
Back then, they didn't understand that you might need a few porta potties.
Oh,
back then it was like, get me 10.
Just sucking hashish dumps out of the fucking out of the fucking portable toilets.
Now, if you go to some outdoor event, there's plenty of porta potties.
Oh, yeah.
Back then, they just didn't believe in it.
No.
They said, fuck it. Half these people will shit in the woods.
People did. They
Yeah.
shit everywhere. They shit in the middle. They couldn't even make it to the way. When you see that shot from the helicopter of all the people, and imagine being in the middle of that crowd and having to take a dump, you're not making it out of that fucking crowd.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta squat and shit in the middle of the fucking crowd. It was giant.
The other thing they mentioned during the Dateline thing last night was some Jewish woman made 100 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and she's known as the lady that made 100 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Doesn't feed shit.
Thank you.
What the fuck is that?
Like she's some kind of like hippie hero. I'm like, you made 100 lousy sandwiches.
Exactly.
What the fuck do you want from us? You shouldn't be remembered for all time because you made 100
No.
sandwiches.
There was they showed also the people that didn't mind the young kids there, and then people that hated it.
Yeah.
Like some people were like, yeah, they come here, so we gave them some food and stuff. And then another guy, crotchety guy, was like, they come here and shit on your lawn. I think it's disgusting. I can't wait till they're gone.
But I mean,
bunch of peaceniks.
You would be that guy, though.
Oh,
I don't think
yeah.
you'd want like hippies shitting on
Why?
your
Yeah,
lawn.
I'd be shaking my fist.
And he was probably the guy that needed the perfect lawn in that town.
Oh, yeah.
And now you got hippies just squatting and taking fucking
probably had 3 kids in the nom. Hated these peace hippie motherfuckers.
Squatting and taking mescaline dumps
Yes.
on your lawn.
Big giant fucking Schaefer Rheingold dumps.
Oh, this is very important. I didn't know this. Alex, you got something on
Alex!
Woodstock?
Alex. Yeah, apparently on that Dateline special, there was a young girl in the audience by the name, I think it was Abigail, who was being pushed into a codeine overdose.
Oh, my shit!
God.
Really? Did she have to go into the teepee, the teepee trip tent or whatever?
Found her in a teepee.
Yeah.
Finally, he finds her. Could you see stupid Jimsy trying to get the Woodstock bands to stop?
Quincy, you
people,
mean.
people. Well, Quincy. I call him Jimsy now.
Yes.
It is Jimsy.
I'm the coroner from Woodstock.
But there was only one death at Woodstock there, Jimsy.
There really is?
I think so.
It's like 500,000 people in the crowd. Could I have everyone's attention?
Yes. There's a young girl, Abigail. Her armpit hair is being grown, so it strangles her.
Abigail. Stupid Abigail.
What did he say? You're the one? You're the killer.
Yeah.
The whole sick society.
Society. Where the scapegoat?
Oh.
You and your whole sick society. Yes, this is live Janis Joplin.
Oh, it's not. It's
No,
Jefferson
it's not.
Airplane.
It's Jefferson.
No. Somebody says, what's the background music? Janis?
It's Airplane.
No, it's Jefferson Airplane.
Whatever the fuck they called themselves back then. They were always changing their name.
It was Jefferson Airplane, and then it was just Airplane, and then it was Jefferson Starship, and then it was just Starship. And then they went to Jefferson, then they were the regulars, and then the new regulars, and then we went back to Spinal Tap.
You think we're all zombie killers?
Zombie killers.
Good dialogue.
You're the killers. Your whole sick society. That's who's guilty, man. We're just your lousy scapegoat.
Scapegoat.
The worst punk concert ever.
Oh, it wasn't a punk
I love
concert.
the awful music, and then they all
Yeah.
just stop and listen to the coroner and the
listen.
members only coat and slacks. Who is this asshole?
Slacks.
I'm involved in a car chase again.
It's like, yeah, what the fuck are they doing? Get back to your house of horrors and chop people up.
Somebody's pointing out that the lawns in the area must look good to this day from all the human manure.
Fertilizer.
All the fertilizer the hippies left behind. This is a very good question. Let's go to this guy in North Carolina.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, I wonder how many people thought their hot dogs were talking to them.
Ah.
Yeah, no kidding. The hot dog trip.
And we thought we'd go downtown and get a hot dog. All of a sudden, it had a face.
It's so stupid.
Dave in New York. Dave.
Hey, how you doing? I was calling to let you know that every year in Tennessee they have that Tennessee Jam that draws several thousand people.
Yeah, but
And
several
then also,
thousand
too-
sucks. It was
nothing.
500,000 strong.
Yeah. Bonnaroo was pretty big.
Well, I wasn't there to see how many it was. Also, too, that Burning Man festival that draws a bunch of people too.
Burning Man is like
Who's he?
fucking crazy. I don't know. It's out in the desert, right? And they set up a big
Oh,
thing and
right.
burn it, and then they're naked and fucking.
Yeah, they're doing
That's
a
like
pretty
a
good
little
job trying to keep it going.
That's a little weird. That whole thing.
Well, I'm punching out while I can. Bye.
Wiccan fucking shit thing. I don't know what it is.
Hey, dude, it's not gay if you're tripping.
At a boy open.
Really?
Thank you, sir.
Are those the rules?
Absolutely.
Hope so.
It's in the handbook.
Hope so.
Pat from Menaki writes, Gypsy made the announcement about the bad brown acid.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Don't eat the brown acid.
Man! There's a girl named Abigail. They've been feeding her brown acid. It's very bad. Don't eat it.
Who the fuck brought in the brown acid?
Yeah, someone's famous. That was my acid.
Some of the undesirables brought in some bad drugs.
Gypsy made the announcement.
I was stalling because I want to hear the dude from the band talking like, the neighbor pervert from Family Guy.
Oh, yeah, we were supposed to
Maybe
get that
after the
clip in.
break we'll have that.
After we.
Is this Joe Cocker?
Oh, yeah, you could hear that.
Yeah.
CCR, what a great lineup.
Yeah.
It's groundbreaking, Jim. Great lineup at Woodstock.
But then you had to sit through some shit.
Play a little the band, The Wait, going into break.
Oh, yeah?
We don't have to play the whole song, just to give us a little taste as we go to break.
Were they
Travis. They certainly were. They were a local band, too. I did not know that.
And not on the movie at all.
The band isn't?
Not in the movie, no. That's
Really?
why so many of the bands were not in the movie.
Why is that?
Weird. I don't know.
Maybe they didn't sign off on it. That was smart on their part.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure. Run out of film? Film?
All right, we'll take a break. We'll take leaks and stuff. So, Woodstock 40 years ago, coming up at the end of the week.
40 years.
This ain't.
What are they going to do to celebrate it?
Yeah, well, they always have some stupid
Well, now they got like
pilgrimage up there. And
now they got like a concert venue on the site or something.
do they?
Yeah, like
Richie Havens ever show up there?
I'm sure that's
freedom. People just go, man, this is just like being at Woods. Hello? Is anyone around me? Hello?
Hey, if you're going to be a one-hit wonder, though, might as well do it at Woodstock.
Yeah,
Holy
true.
shit.
Freedom.
I'm sure people will defend Richie Havens, but come on.
One-hit wonder.
Name 5 Richie Havens songs. I dare you.
Freedom.
Go. Freedom. Good.
Sometimes I feel like I'm a motherless child. Wasn't that Freedom? I don't know. Yeah, it was. I think that's just...
Can't open my fucking Orbit gum.
Relax, Jimmy. Relax.
20 minutes I've been fucking with this.
I see that.
Fabulous.
The packaging on stuff is just a
It's
nightmare.
gotten more and more
out of hand.
ridiculous.
How many people have had to go to the emergency room because they have a major fucking slice from opening those plastic...
The welded plastic
Yes.
that any little appliance thing or electronic device
And
comes
that's supposed to
in.
be for safety, but you end up just slicing the fuck out of your hands.
You can
your
cut
arms.
yourself so bad.
You could kill yourself with that.
Because most people don't have, like, scissors readily available when you want to use
No, we all
this
try to tear it
device.
apart. We
So
put
you try to, yeah.
you put a pen in it or something, and then rip,
and get your finger in there and chop your finger
yeah,
off.
yeah. They ain't doing us any favors.
No. Oh, you got it?
Yeah, finally.
Look at it. Looks like fucking the bear ate that.
Yeah, dude, what's up?
Look
I don't know. It won't open.
Look at your stupid pack and gum is all chewed up now.
Finally opened.
You just want a piece of gum, right?
And Jimmy smells it like.
I love it. It smells bubblegummy. None for anyone but me.
He's greedy.
Trying to remember anything else from the Dateline Woodstock thing. Peanut butter and jelly lady. The TP to Trip. The priest that marries the broad.
Mm-hmm.
Still together 39 years later.
God bless.
God bless us.
God bless.
Good for you. All right, Opie and Anthony.
I pulled into Nazareth. I was feeling about 8:30. I just need to find some place where I can lay my head. Yeah, mister, can you tell me where the man might find the bed? He just grinned and shook my hand. No was all he said. Take a load off Fanny. Take a load for free. Take a load off Fanny. And you put the load right on me.
No, it's Poon and Peter in the morning.
Yes.
Kenny was giving me a thumb massage.
I saw that.
My right hand is so sore.
Aw.
I'm hitting the gym, of course. You can look at me and obviously know that, but I was...
Yes.
There's all this twittering and shit and
texting
typing.
is getting your
You
thumb?
type with your right thumb.
I use my pointer
I
finger.
do too, I remember.
Yeah.
Got to hold the phone and then use your pointer finger.
It all depends on what you're doing. If you're driving, then you got to use your thumb.
I'm usually jerking.
You're not supposed to text and drive, though.
How about text and jerk?
Very yeah, that's tough. That's tough too.
Very bad for you.
Oh,
Everyone is texting as they drive.
Come on, blow them up. Is this some good? I want to see some good Afghanistan footage. That's from one of the Predator drones?
Drug watch along the border, yeah. Eye in the sky.
It really is amazing that these guys just sit at a base thousands of miles away and fly these fucking Predator drones.
They have this new Army commercial that shows like these guys just sitting in this control room.
Yeah.
And it just looks like they're playing video games, and it's like real war. And it almost makes you
like, look at this. There's the joystick.
Yeah, I want to play
And the
that.
guy's flying a fucking plane that is equipped with cameras, bombs, missiles. They take people out with these fucking things.
I'll be in that army. I don't want to be,
Yeah, that's the easy army. That's the one where you're just
running
like,
with a bayonet, on my rifle. I don't want to be in that army.
You could just be like, "Hey, Bob, could you take this for me? I gotta go take a piss."
Yeah, chilling in the comfy chair while I kill people. That's awesome.
You just sit there and kind of, fly the fucking plane. And you fly it from the States. Like, they have places in Nevada and stuff. And that's where they're flying these fucking things from.
I sat in the drone control stuff when I was over in Iraq.
No, you didn't.
In the control center?
They do what they call wipe it clean. So there's no information on there that's classified. But yeah, it's a control center. There's photos of us in the seats. And we stood next to a drone. They're pretty,
Yeah, they're pretty big.
Yeah.
It's so impressive. But they're using, it is a little, there's a couple of frightening things going on these days if you're one of those man people.
Yeah.
There's a lot of these drones being used now over the United States.
For what reason?
Border Patrol. But they're also looking for just what else they could use them for. They're not quite sure. But they're flying over and they're looking. They're seeing what they can see and seeing if there's any law enforcement value.
That'll keep us safer, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
Another thing that got me a little, it was a little off. Apparently there's, it got a lot of attention on Drudge and a couple of websites that Obama was giving a speech a few years ago before he was president, saying how his health care plan is eventually going to just eliminate the ability to get a private insurance company if you're an American citizen.
Was that like 5 years ago, 6 years ago?
Yeah, and more recently, too. I think he said that before the election. And a guy put together a little web montage of him giving speeches, and the White House actually addressed it with this new thing they have. It's almost like a minister of information. And she says, I can't remember her name, but she's a reporter, used to be on Channel 2. Now she's part of the many reporters that are on Obama's team now. And she's saying, well, we don't want the spread of misinformation. So we're putting out our own website that has all the information on it so people could go there and see what's really happening. Now, to me, it's like, well, that's just your side.
Right.
Now, obviously, the people that are putting shit online on their own websites and stuff aren't always right. But you know something? I did watch video clips, and I did hear Obama talking about no privatized insurance in, 15, 20 years, he said.
I got one of those from 2003.
Okay.
It's quick.
I happen to be a proponent of a single-payer universal health care plan. The United States of America, the wealthiest country in the history of the world, spending 14% of its gross national product on health care, cannot provide basic health insurance to everybody. And that's what Jim's talking about when he says everybody in, nobody out. A single-payer health care plan, universal health care plan. That's what I'd like to see.
So single payer. That's the catchphrase of you're not going to be able to then go to, Oxford or something and say, okay, I can pay the giant premiums, but I'm going to get everything covered. And I'm not going to have somebody deciding, this is another thing people are scared of, deciding life or death issues based on how productive they feel you're going to be to society. Right. And the more they say that won't happen, it's just, it has to happen. Sure. That whole plan has to have that. Somebody has to be in charge that says, this procedure, you're not worth it. You're not worth getting a new liver because you're too fucked up. You're too far along. You're dead. Sorry. And meanwhile, no matter how much money you have, no matter what connections you have, You're just done. I don't think that's what.
Why'd you pick liver, by the way?
Well, it's a little tender today after the weekend.
Out of any part you could have picked, you picked liver.
I don't know why. It's just a natural thing.
Observation.
But it's just like it seems to me that there has to be some kind of and Obama's the king of appointing czars of things. I'm sure there'll be a survival czar that will go around and tell you if you're worthy of life-saving medicine and things like that. But getting back to the whole information thing. So this woman is now in charge of the internet portion of information that comes in and goes out. So she saw this montage of actual Obama clips from his speeches like that, where he talks about single payer and no insurance companies, just things like that. And she combats it with her own propaganda, is what it is. But the scary part was, there was something on the website, and she made an announcement that said, if you see anything out there that is negative or something you think isn't honest about Obama's health care plan, please email us with that information and links so they can then, take care of it.
Jesus.
Now, that to me is completely fucked on any level.
I think that's just, honestly, I think that's a smart thing. Like, we'll put our information up that combats the bullshit. Because there's so many ways with bloggers and all this stuff.
You know something? That's fine.
But then
putting your information up.
they're
But now
putting up their own bullshit, though.
soliciting to have people rat out other people's opinions and websites and even misinformation. But to have people to say, give us that link, because they'll go in and shut it down. And that isn't a cease and desist. That isn't an infringement on a copyright or anything. That's people's opinions.
Right.
That's people's opposing opinion using research, because some of them are educated. But they want everything that is negative reported to them so they could then do something about it. What are they going to do? Eliminate the website? They do have the power to do that, the fucking White House. But to me, that is fucking censorship. Amazing censorship. And it's right out in the open. It's not even covert. That's overt. Rat this guy out. That's fucking tactics. And I don't want to have to go back to those guys, but tactics that we used by the communists, the Stasi, the fucking Nazis, used the hey, rat out your neighbor for me, and maybe there'll be something in it for you. It's just, that to me got really shaky when I heard that.
They'll just get rid of bad clips. Go, hey, you don't own that clip. You're not allowed to have that on your website.
Yeah, or who knows what the fuck they'll do.
That's all bullshit, man.
But this is the Obama, the transparency of his administration, the honesty and openness, the new regime, the change. And you know what? It's just more of the same bullshit that if it was Bush and the Republicans doing it, the Democrats would jump all. Could you see Bush saying, look, or Bush's press secretary saying, any anti-war stuff out there, I'd really like you to report it to the White House so we could, look into it. Holy shit, the Democrats would lose their fucking minds over that. But, they get like a free pass on things like this.
You do, but it works both ways, don't you think?
But you get more criticism.
As soon as we get a Republican president there, it'll be the same game.
But they're not getting the criticism that they should be getting for this type of censorship. This is turn someone in for what they are printing on a free forum type censorship. It is. Hey, turn this guy. We don't like what he's saying about something we want to implement, and it's hurting our chances to get it passed. Please report it to us so we can eliminate it in some way, shape, or form. Thank you.
Put a little pressure on that.
That's fucked.
Put a little pressure on the little guy. Hold on. This guy wants to counter you. Howard in Miami.
I'm in Miami.
When are you coming back to work, Howard?
Yeah. Anthony, you rant, you raved about how the deficit meant nothing when Bush was in the White House. And now it means everything. And I agree. I think the deficit sucks. But it's just incredible to me that when Bush is in the White House, you went on and on about the deficit means nothing.
I said the deficit is this magical number that you can't even fathom, and it's not made up of real money.
Yeah,
and it
but
still is. It still
you
is.
You never worried about it when Bush was in office.
You
but
know
now
why?
suddenly-
Yep.
Why?
Because I wasn't fucking paying for it at the rate I am now. And what about the fucking 8 jets that Congress now wants to fucking buy?
Yeah, it's horseshit.
For $550 million that we don't have. Just keep chalking it up. Just keep chalking it up.
I agree on that point, but about the health care issue, I mean, there's so much bull crap, even all the way from Sarah Palin twittering that they want to kill her little retarded baby.
Oh, I know,
yeah. I mean, it's absurd, and why shouldn't he want to counter that bullshit?
Well, you know what, though? It's countering. Some of it is countering legitimate points. Anything against this healthcare thing is bullshit to them. You don't think that if the government was in charge of our healthcare, that there'd be somebody or a group of people, a consortium that would dictate who lives and dies based on...
No.
Now, how? How would it not get to that? Every single person, no matter how terminal their disease, would get the best health care right up until they drop dead? Bullshit.
What the hell do you think happens now with your
Now, let me tell you what happens
point,
now.
Howard.
I'll tell you what happens now. The poor die. The wealthy live a little longer, and then they die of the same disease in a nice room with a nurse attending them, changing their bedpans. You know why? Because that's the way the country works.
No.
Yes!
I mean, the health care, as long as you can continue to pay these ridiculous premiums on your health care,
Exactly.
they continue to rise every freaking month.
You're right, they do.
And so who the hell's going to put a stop to it?
Yep.
Put a
I mean,
stop to
insurance
it.
companies run this goddamn country.
You know who's going to put it aside? You honestly think that everyone is going to get health care no matter how bad the disease? There's not going to be this fucking assessment, this triage that goes on before they shell money out, government money out based on your illness? You honestly think that?
What about the triage that goes on now with the insurance companies?
Yeah.
If they
Shut
allow
up.
this and they don't allow that, I mean, are you kidding me? You really think it's a great system that we have now?
Hey, my friend, it all depends on what insurance company you have
I
Geico.
have Blue Cross
and what
Blue
premiums you're paying. That's what this country's about.
About $1,500 a month.
Yep. It's a lot
You know,
of money.
and it sucks.
It's a lot of fucking money.
So,
Sure
yeah,
is.
But you don't think your taxes? I mean, I don't know what tax bracket you're in. You're apparently in a higher tax bracket than I am.
Yep.
Oh,
Thank
boy.
Thank goodness.
So right.
But I mean, I look at it as I definitely don't think I'm going to pay $18,000 more in
Hey,
tax.
let me be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. I think with a government health plan, I would pay less in taxes than I pay in premiums for my insurance.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I would pay less, but you know what? I don't want to. I want fucking good health care. I want good health care. And since I achieved the American dream and can afford it, I want it. I don't want this fucker telling me I can't get it.
Yeah, but you realize the American dream you achieved is only achieved by maybe 1% of the frickin'
Sorry,
population.
motherfuckers!
Jesus, Ant.
No, I mean, so you
Sorry!
You goddamn king.
You're not the only one in the world, though. Come on, Ant.
No, I'm not the only one in the world, but it's not my job in this country to fucking pay for everybody else's shit.
Yeah, we do pay for other
I
people's
fucking
shit.
pay for everyone's shit because I got lucky. Because I got lucky and I'm talented because I'm talented.
I'm a freaking contractor that works 10 hours a day.
Ah, you fucking mob front.
In an air-conditioned building for 4 or 5 hours, and you make tons of money.
True.
You kidding
Yes, I do.
But no good for you.
All right, thank you.
You need a tin knocker?
No, yeah, no, I'm not a tin. I'm actually a roofing contractor.
Oh, all right. You go through a lot of sneakers, don't you?
A lot of boots, actually.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, my friend, get up on a roof today, you motherfucker. It's going to be
No,
90.
it's hotter than shit, trust me.
That's right.
Good, I
Put some
hope-
tar on the roof and then lay shirtless in it.
hope you
get a tan.
Big fucking
Oh,
can
yeah.
of Karnak. I'll pour a can of Karnak over your head.
Roll over some fucking bees.
Oh, so you know Karnak. All right.
Of course, I had to put in curbs and fucking tar paper those things. I worked like a goddamn my whole life.
Yeah, but so
With no health insurance.
I've been working my whole life, and I can't get a radio gig. So I'm supposed to suffer?
How old are you?
I'm 52.
All right, you probably won't get a radio gig. No.
I don't think so.
It was in his 30s when he finally got health insurance.
Yes, I didn't have any health insurance. I didn't have
you were in your
shit.
30s, right?
I didn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, my friend.
Jimmy, would it be really, really bad to lay on a hot roof without a shirt on?
Oh,
Oh boy, especially if you like poured a tar and you rolled in it and then you rolled over a wasp nest.
Ooh.
And they just crawled out, they were stuck to you, and they just kept stinging you because you were a hindrance.
A speck of that tar will get all over you, too. A little fucking speck will
just
will
cover
get
your body
everywhere on you. It's amazing how that shit spreads.
Thank you, Howard.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah, where were you with the Patriot Act? Speaking of the information thing. Sorry, Howard. I should have.
Originally, it sounds like a great idea, and but when they started incorporating for anti-terrorism,
right?
But when they start incorporating it into people's private lives and shit like that, then it's bad. They started changing what the meaning of it was, and yeah, there was a lot of bad shit in it.
All right.
Yeah.
A lot of phone calls. Where do we go next?
Oh, I know. People love when I get fucking worked up.
Where do we go next?
Oh, boy.
Anthony's full of shit.
Oh, right.
Let's go to that one.
Bill in Indiana.
From Roe.
Bill.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Bill.
Hey, Bill.
Oh, Bill.
I just wanted to know what Anthony's thoughts were when Bush had
Yep.
plumbers and UPS agents and different people that actually come into our fucking houses investigating us.
UPS?
Yeah, he was having, anyone, there were commercials that said, if you see anything suspicious, let us know.
Oh, well, the suspicious thing about with terrorism, that's one thing. If you see somebody fucking walking around and then leaves a briefcase next to a fucking plane and then walks away, I think you should report it.
Yeah, Bill,
if someone's asking you to report opinions, someone's fucking opinion on a website to the White House, that's different.
Agree with.
What, sir?
They all of a sudden, if people that are coming into your house see something that they disagree with, say you're on the opposite side.
What, bomb-making materials?
Yeah, Bill, that's not Bill. What you're doing is you're taking something and you're making it into what it wasn't. When you said look for something suspicious, they weren't saying go into people's houses and see what their political opinions are.
Right.
They meant that we're taught to politely not acknowledge things that we kind of instinctively feel are wrong. Like if you see a Middle Eastern guy carrying a... Hold on, dude, hold on. If you look at it, like we're taught politically correct that if you're in a subway and you see like a Middle Eastern guy with a package looking around suspiciously, oh, that's nothing. Like your gut instinct goes, that guy could be a problem.
Right.
That's the type of shit. Not, hey, this guy has a conflicting political opinion or he's posting on a website that he doesn't like my plan.
Yeah.
All right.
You're talking ideas versus like actions.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
I think it was just about if you think something's going to endanger people, not ideologically, but if you think a guy's about to do something, trust your gut instinct and just go talk to a cop. I think that's all it's saying.
All right, let's go to Paul in Oregon. Paul.
Yeah.
Hi, Paul. No, Uncle.
Morning,
No,
guys. My cat got me in trouble.
Your cat, Paul.
Sure did. He's a good cat.
1,000 pictures, Paul? That's crazy.
I know. I have a bunch. I have 5 cats and a bunch of different computers.
Paul, what do you got?
Oregon, not too liberal a state.
I just want to say, Ant, you're full of shit, dude.
All righty.
Oh, shit.
Now, please explain why.
Shit.
I like hearing why I'm full of shit.
It's amazing to me how you can sit there in your air-conditioned radio station and
cold
say
in here
that
today.
the Obama administration is akin to Nazis or communists because they want to put proper information out there because people like you are stating that your life is going to be judged on a scale, which it already is anyway by the insurance companies because they deny your claims at least 3 to 4 times to see who they can weed out.
That's true.
But you're going to sit there and say that they're going to be Nazis or communists because they're trying to put proper information out about this health care plan they're trying to pass?
No. I'm not talking about putting proper information out. I'm talking about gathering information that they deem is improper. That to me is censorship on a huge scale, and it's almost like, hey, psst, tell us if this guy is writing something bad about us because we want to know about it.
It would censorship if they said, okay, we get this information, now we're going to shut these people down.
Well, I don't know what they're going to do with it yet.
Something like that. Exactly the point. You don't know what they're going to do with it, but instead of saying, okay, let me be rational about this, why would they want to
Be rational about the rat out. The rat out part is already out there. I don't even give a shit what they do with the information. They're asking people to rat out other people. They're asking.
It would be that they're trying to put more information out there so people can get a fair assessment of what the plan is supposed to be.
Why
So
should?
rational?
All
Wait a second.
right.
Say, okay, they want this information so they can shut it down, just like they did in the communist countries and just like they did in Nazi Germany.
Yes.
And whenever Obama is mentioned, unless he's saying, suave Italians get 2 guns and expensive cars a week,
Yep.
you go nuts.
It's true.
I love how you brought.
Was mentioned, you go nuts.
I love how you brought race into it.
Yep.
You're black, aren't you?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
I'm kidding.
I actually happen to be Italian, too.
See? Well, then you are, kind of. You're Sicilian? Because let me tell you about the Moors. The Moors invaded. No. Here's the problem I have with what. Shut up a minute.
Right.
I let you talk for a long time.
Yeah, an hour and a half at least.
Let me now address what you said.
Please.
The fact is, it isn't so much. They can write whatever they want on the White House website. They could put out all the proper information that they deem proper and factual and whatnot. What they don't need in order to do that is to have other people turn in people with opposing views so that they can address that. Just put the facts out there. I know where I could get Obama's side of the story. WhiteHouse.org.gov. I could go there. I know to go there and get his side of the story. They don't have to rat out people that are writing other stuff and posting things on YouTube in order to get their side out.
Well, if Sarah Palin's point of the what was it, the death camps or whatever it was that she was saying, Sarah Palin's point.
Oh, Sarah Palin's a fucking idiot. I can't stand her, and she fucking opens her mouth and shit pours out.
I agree with you. However, her point gets out there, and then it's promoted on all of these, the Limbaughs and Glenn Becks and all these other idiots that have opportunities to speak. And then that's the message that actually gets out there.
Well,
that's the message that gets out there. So it makes sense to set up a situation where they can say, look, we got this information. This is the truth about it.
I don't know. I just don't like the idea of ratting, having them solicit ratting other people's websites out to the White House, directly to the White House. That to me is a little.
Is there any idea that Obama's had that you liked?
Is there any idea that Obama's had that I like?
That's a very good question.
Let me think. Yeah, I'm not this fucking hardline conservative. I don't care if homos want to get married. Things like that. Abortion's great with me. Scrape them all out. I could give a shit.
You don't care if the butt pirates get married?
No. No, I don't care. Let the homos get married.
Let the fist fuckers get married, right?
You know what I see Obama's been doing? Obama has been doing a lot of what Bush did with terrorism and the war. Bush did nothing but get on TV and talk about terrorism. Obama's whole thing is the economy. Now, I do realize the economy is in the shitter, but the war was not going well either. Still isn't. But that seemed to be what they cling on to. They find something and then hang this fear over your head with it. And I'd like to hear him talk about other things.
But has there been anything that he's said that you like? The question. You still haven't
anything that he's done that I've liked.
Yeah,
I gotta
homos.
give that a thought. Wait a minute. No, because he really didn't get involved with the homos or anything like that.
He's against gay marriage and he's against abortion.
I really don't like any of his policies. You're right. There's nothing he's done so far that I've been for. And it's not just based on party lines or anything. This guy's doing nothing in my best interest. Sorry.
All right, Paul. Ant did pretty good, so now we're going to give him one phone call that agrees with him.
Oh,
you only get
goody.
one, though, Ant. Mike in Westchester. Mike.
How you doing, guys? Big fan. Anthony's 100% correct when it comes to this
his opinion, because Stalin did the same thing in the 30s, but it was called political purging.
Yes.
98% of the Washington press corps is Democratic, and they admittedly voted for Obama. The major networks, otherwise known as the state-run media, often slant to his side. So how he needs another venue to, as Anthony puts it, rat out opposing opinions. I mean, if people don't see this, they're just fooling themselves.
Yeah, his opinion is called the news. The internet, I don't think they have to worry so much about websites when they got CNN and CBS and MSNBC just touting this guy no matter what the fuck he does. And, you know, you could write an opinion or post some actual his words speeches, and they got to spin it around like, oh, these are just fucking evil anti-American people on the internet.
But Rush Limbaugh, you know, he makes sure that Obama's not getting too out of control.
Look, Rush has his agenda, too. The guy's fucking happy as a pig in shit that Obama's in the White House.
Absolutely.
It brought his career right back. So there's another guy. You can't trust what he's saying either.
But he's known to be biased, though. He's known to be biased.
Exactly.
But that's his thing.
But people actually think I would listen to him and go, yeah, that's what. No. I'm looking
But
at
can I
both sides.
say something about Rush Limbaugh? Rush Limbaugh he's a private enterprise. If people stop buying his product, whatever he advertises, he would cease to exist. Obama's in power, so he has the power to throw a press conference. As a matter of fact, the recent flyover in New York City of Air Force One, the New York Times had to sue under the Freedom of Information Act to actually get photos that should just be out there. Why? Because it would negatively paint the Obama administration.
Well, that's his transparent administration. That is going to be so different than George Bush's was. It's just this guy. It's just this phoniness about what he presented himself as and what he is.
Absolutely. You guys are the best. Stay strong, fellas.
Yes, we are.
Hey, let me ask you something, though. I mean, you're making some very valid points, but let's say the next time we got a Republican president, don't you think it's going to be the same way, where he controls the press and controls those press conferences down in Washington? Don't you think the system in general is flawed now?
Exactly. I want something more libertarian, but the third party, we've talked about this before, they can't be. It's divvied up between the Republicans and the Democrats before we ever get to even see what the fuck is going to happen.
But next time we get a Republican president, you know, they're going to be knocking a lot of those guys out of Washington, going, you don't see it our way. We need to bring in our own people to help us out here.
The thing is, the press will always be biased, Democrat, liberal. It doesn't matter who's in the fucking White House. It doesn't matter who's in. So they always have that machine working for them.
They don't like to admit that their political leanings do slant the way they present the news. They admit that they're liberal because they have to kind of declare who they.
I think it's 8 or 9 people.
Yes, out of 10.
8 or 9 people that work for Obama now in the White House are former fucking news writers, reporters. I mean, these are his pals. These are his asshole buddies.
Right.
No
surprise,
the press.
though.
But
you
no,
don't want
it
to
is
surround
no
yourself
surprise.
with guys that just going to be a fucking pain in the ass.
I understand
like a bunch
that.
of hornets.
But
You don't want to hang out with hornets.
It is just the fact that that it proves that there's so many people in the press that are just lapping this guy's ass no matter what he does. So then when you get opposing viewpoints on the internet, and then to have the White House go, hey, when you read one of those, you let us know who's saying and what they're saying because we want to check it out. That, to me, is a little frightening.
Are you saying if you're a blogger out there, you don't want to be on the White House radar?
You don't want to be on the White House radar. Thank you.
Could you imagine
exactly.
getting just an email from whitehouse.org?
Yeah, could you please stop?
They ask you nicely the first time. Next thing you know, you're dying of food poisoning somewhere.
You're fucking water car guy. Exactly.
Car guy.
You're fucking water car guy.
Oh, no, they're on to me, man. Poor bloggers. Make you. Wow, this guy actually read. Mark, you're actually doing some reading?
Absolutely.
No, he's not.
He's going to reference. Hold on. He's going to reference page 465 in
is
Obama's
that the,
healthcare plan.
Mandatory.
Get the fuck out of here. You know what he's. Oh, you saw it on the screen?
Of course I did.
Holy shit! You just scared the fuck out of me. Wow, Mark and Philly, what's up?
How you doing, guys?
Good.
Hey, man.
I'm in the healthcare industry, and what nobody's talking about is his mandatory health counseling beginning at age 65 every 5 years till you hit 75. After that, every 3 years, and it decreases after you hit 85. What the concern is this is going to set up an environment where single people or people with limited income or resources are going to get coached into not getting good health care or life-sustaining health care.
Who said that?
It's in his...
No, but they're going to get that the advice is going to be don't get life-sustaining health care.
If you have terminal cancer, it's opening up a Pandora's box to where it could go that way.
All right, well, okay, but I understand that you're just saying you're looking at something and you're giving a slippery slope argument going, well, it could be. I honestly, whether you like Obama or not, I don't think the intent of the health care bill to say get counsel when you're in your 80s is to let's see who we can cut off.
Look,
so they don't live.
You know what? The bottom line.
Counseling when you have family and support systems. What would be the benefit to healthcare counseling?
Well, who said that you're not going to have your support systems and family there? It's almost like one additional thing. It keeps you in the system because a lot of people don't go to the doctor for fucking 18 years, and they probably have things that could have been fixed a lot cheaper that turn into major problems. What's wrong with preventative health care when you're fucking old? Because people are living longer and longer now, man. 80 is not going to be the fucking be-all, end-all age.
80's the new 60.
By the time we're up in that age, they say 80 is going to be the new 3.
Yes. It's going to be wonderful. We'll live to 120 years old.
I know Jimmy used slippery slope. Do we really deal with slippery slopes?
Yes. It's a cop-out argument always.
No, I know, but I mean, I'm just talking about a slippery slope.
No, I avoid them.
No one
I
deals
go
with
around.
That shit. Exactly.
You know, if you're skiing, that's what you want.
A slippery
That's true.
slope.
Yes.
But if you're a slug going uphill because a
that's
man
bad.
with a heart on is chasing you.
That's terrible. You know what it is? If you look at it in these terms, the government running healthcare, walk into any fucking Department of Motor Vehicles or a post office or anything like that, and look how that runs, and go, do I really want my healthcare run like motor vehicles?
You know what? They actually do run fairly well now, and so does the post office.
Oh, when you sit in those seats and it's just fucking a bunch of people wasting money, sitting there fucking one person's working, 5 people are behind the fucking counter not doing anything.
The new automated ones they have are good. There's one actually in Herald Square.
Also, automated doctors. That'd be great. You just slip your dick in there, it reads your fucking urine, and then some comes out and cuts
Why
out
not?
your kidney.
I don't know if I'd like that.
Darren from Augusta, he's pleading. He's pleading with me to read this to you.
Oh, okay.
Opie, please, and that's all caps. So, ask Ed if he thinks there's a difference between opposing points of view and just false propaganda. Please, I would love to hear his answer.
Opposing points of view and false propaganda? Of course there's a difference. But the thing is, they're not making a distinction between what is to be ratted out, and the rats themselves wouldn't make a distinction. If you're going to turn in somebody to the White House because of what they're writing on a website, you're not going to look for misinformation. You're going to look for opposing viewpoints. And then you're going to send those over to the White House. Yeah, there is a difference. But let me tell you something else. The White House puts out its own fucking false information and propaganda.
Sure.
Man.
That's true, man. Richard in Iowa. Richard?
Yeah. Y'all's missing it. Anthony says he don't agree with nothing Obama does. But Obama had a beer with this cop and the professor. Is he against drinking?
All right. You got me on one thing.
You drink the same beer as Obama. I'm sure you've changed brands by now. You can't allow that to continue to happen, right? Liking the same beer as Obama?
Nah, I drink Miller. Cool. Nah, I'll still drink a little Bud Light. Sure. Guinness. I drink Guinness. That's a dark beer.
Check it out, guys.
Yeah, you do that.
All right. Should we continue with this or what?
Someone's got to tinkle. I'll go tinkle while you guys are doing
Don
this.
wants to know if we're raising a generation of super kids.
Wow.
I truly believe.
What a good question.
We really are. How about this guy, Scott in Kansas? What do we do with Scott?
He's a
Scott.
queer.
Scott.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
I had some chest pains a couple weeks ago. I went to a doc, and they wanted me to do a stress test. So I called, see how much it was. $5,600.
$5,600.
For like
To get
15 minutes, hook up some wires to you. Now, will the government control? Are they going to come in and say, "Okay, I'm going to pay $50 on this shit"? Is that it?
Do you have you have insurance?
It's ridiculous.
I've got insurance, and
It's a
that's
dumb treadmill is all it
But
is.
it's going to cost me $1,500 out of my pocket.
$1,500 instead of $5,600. That sounds kind of reasonable, my friend.
Well, it is
for the thought
It's
that
still a lot of money.
for the peace of mind that maybe your fucking heart isn't going to stop. You know that what would you get with government health care? Do you know maybe you wouldn't even get in time when your chest is hurting to fucking get that stress test? I don't know. These are questions I want answered, but the truth of the matter is I don't fucking know because it hasn't been spelt out, and the numbers are just too high to take care of that many people to the degree that you are able to actually go on a $5,600 machine and make sure you're okay. I can't see that happening with everyone in the country being covered under one blanket government system. Sorry, I don't
agree.
see it.
Now, one more point I'd like to bring up is I called my insurance company to see, because I'm a smoker, which is stupid as hell.
How old are you?
I'm 54.
You still smoke?
Oh, hell yeah.
Why don't you just quit?
Get rid of those fucking cigarettes. They kill you.
They are going to kill me.
Death in a box.
Just quit.
But listen, I asked them if they took Chantix and paid for that, which is $100 a month, and they said, no, we do not cover that, but they will cover Viagra.
Well, that is ridiculous.
All right.
That is ridiculous.
Oh, you probably.
And the lady said, yeah, I know this stupid as hell. We'll pay for an erection for a man, which I know is very important, but we will not pay for...
The cigarette he has. But here's the weird thing. It is, and I'm an ex-smoker, dude. I smoked for 17 years. Ant's an ex-smoker.
Yeah.
You're choosing to smoke. I know it's a brutal addiction.
That's correct.
But it's almost like now we all have to pay for your health woes. And I'm not shitting on you because, again, I was a smoker. But, that's the way the system is flawed. It's like we're all paying for a choice you're making. And, you know what I mean? So it's like you should quit.
Oh, I know I should.
Well, you know what?
It's not as bad as you think, man. If I can do it,
Everyone
you
knows
certainly
they
could.
should quit.
Here's a scenario for you also. Do you think under a government insurance plan that he would actually be allowed to be covered and smoke? Let's think about that. Do you think that the government agency that's in charge of health care would go, look, if you're smoking, you're forfeiting this amount of our protection?
I don't know. But don't regular
I don't
insurance
know
companies
either.
do that?
No, I'm just saying. They'll charge you higher rates.
Right.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, that to me, I see a business like an insurance company saying, look, you want to smoke and you want us to pay for your fucking health care? It's going to cost you more money. You're a smoker. The government then telling you what you can and can't do based on your health is a different thing to me for some reason. Don't ask me to explain it because I kind of can't yet. I got to mush it around in my head. But the government telling anybody what they can or can't do because they now control how your health care is handled is just weird to me. There's too many variables that can happen there.
Well, I think it has to be worked out, obviously. I mean, I don't want the government controlling... But they always they do control a certain amount of what we do anyway.
Oh, I know they do, but this seems it gets very personal when it's your body. Look at the abortion issue. It's been one of the biggest fucking hot issues for years. This is, and the whole basis of that is a woman's body is her body. She should be able to do what she wants with it.
Sure.
Healthcare under a government umbrella would be the same thing. You're sitting there going, it's my body. I should be able to have it fixed in the way I want to have it fixed, by the person I want to have it fixed. If I want to smoke and it's going to cost me more now to pay for my health care, that's my prerogative. Fuck you. I'll do it anyway. To have a government agency over your head looking over how healthy you're keeping yourself, if you're doing things, whether you're going to qualify because of certain actions or hobbies you have. What about people that like skydiving? Or rappelling, dangerous hobbies, things like that. Are they going to be exempt? Are they going to have to have some kind of a, I don't know, pay more? I don't know what it is.
I don't think it's going to be that.
I'm
I think
speculating right now. Look, don't fuck it. I'm speculating.
I think you're always going to be allowed to have private insurance. Because the private insurance industry isn't just going to go away quietly.
But that's the whole argument. Obama's saying.
But they're not. What do you think they're going to do? They're not going to fight him in court? They're not just going to go away.
The
It's a
intent.
billions of dollars of business.
Whatever it is, Obama's intent, what he said in these speeches, which is the whole fucking thing about this misinformation and disinformation, in his speeches, he is talking about the government running health care And no private insurance companies.
But again, the guy can only do so much because he was saying that at one point. Doesn't
I
mean
know
realistically he can do
so
it.
much.
He's not going to do it.
But the intent is socialist. The intent that's there, his passion for it is not worse, but is bad in his ideology, in his thinking. But I don't like that mindset that he's so dedicated to that, whether it passes or not.
Talk about, I mean, and again, devil's advocate for Bush.
Yeah.
But look at Bush, like he wanted the constitutional amendment saying gay people
I
can't.
didn't like his mindset either.
No, of course. But I'm saying that to me, that's a socialist ideology too. It's saying what who you can, how you can live, and what you can do. Right. I mean, that's a complete government control over the lives of private citizens. And it's obviously conservative and shitty, but no one accuses Bush of being socialist.
Well, look at the language he used. It was the marriage protection thing. It had nothing to do with gays being married.
Right.
It wasn't an anti-gay marriage thing. It was a let's protect a marriage between a man and a woman, which they'll always present it as a protection.
Sure.
And meanwhile, they're taking it out of your other fucking pocket.
But we all knew what it was. I mean,
we all knew what it was.
Sure.
Yeah, but that's another thing. Bush's mindset when it came to shit like that fucking hard right Christian bullshit, that I couldn't stand out of him.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Scott and Hot Pog, Anthony, bad news. Just so you know, I've already reported this show to the White House. Sorry, but it was my duty.
Oh, shit. It was. See?
One more phone call before the break.
Guaranteed.
Not Richard. Sorry, Richard. I got to go to
Treehouse?
Danny in Canada. We got to go to a Canadian and see what he's thinking about this whole thing. Danny, what do you got?
Hey, guys. Love the show. Thanks a lot.
Of course you do.
What else are you going to listen
we love
to?
you too, Anthony, you psychotic freak.
Shut up, you pot-smoking Canuck.
Yeah, you good for nothing peacenik, you elk fucker.
Here's the deal.
All right.
I'm 30 years old. My wife is 32. I have two small kids. I make over $100,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
My wife got meningitis. My son was 2 months old. Went into a hospital. There was never a question of, what. It was just they were going to save her life, and that's all there was to it. She was there for a month. Came out, no bill, no problem. Thank you very much. I have chest pains. I go to a doctor, whatever. I'm there. 1 hour, 2 hours in the waiting room. I don't see the big issue.
It's called socialized medicine.
I love the 1 or 2 hours in the waiting room when you have chest pains.
Yeah, chest pains. You shouldn't have 1 or 2 hours in a waiting room.
That's not a long 2 hours just sitting there.
Jesus Christ.
Guys, man, I'm still
What
not
the fuck?
What?
Not a thing. Not 1 cent. Not one red cent.
Yeah,
yes,
but
my taxes are higher.
I
Yes,
heard the waiting. I heard the waiting is very long, and if you have chest pain,
That's a scary 2 hours.
2 hours.
You have one chest pain, you're like, all right, what the fuck is that? And you want to go to a hospital immediately, and you go, all right, maybe
You
it
know
was
what
the
you
chili
do?
dog I ate at the Yankee game.
But you know what? He's got to go to this fucking, Canada National Hospital instead of, LIJ or fucking St. Francis or some nice, really good fucking hospital where they are going to take you right the fuck in because you have your insurance card.
And you have chest pains, Danny.
Yeah.
You messed up your argument a little bit. Waiting 2 hours, 3 hours in a waiting room with chest pains that is like, what the
You got to wait 6 months for an abortion?
Oh, my
Honestly.
God. That's terrible.
Jesus.
6
To
months.
any hospital at any time. All I'm saying is that you guys have socialist programs already that work really well.
Name
your
40.
Department, your police department. they work
Those aren't
great.
social. Well, stop it. I've heard this argument before. The police department is not a socialized program.
You know what makes America so great and makes the world look up to them?
That we're not
pornography.
fucking Canada. Yes.
Is that you guys take care of your citizens, but you're not doing it now. Why don't you? You guys have more social problems than anyone else.
Why don't we?
That is why you are not the leader of the free world anymore.
Did you write a
That is
check?
why people do not
Oh,
look
shit.
up to Americans.
Oh, wow.
Shit, we're not the
You know
leaders
what?
anymore.
They better fucking look up to us or your country is fucked. We're the only reason you're not fucking goose-stepping, motherfuckers. You stupid Canadians. We better be the best. We better be the best
here we
because we're
go.
the only
Here we
we're
go.
the only thing between you and fucking defeat. You don't think Russia? You don't think Russia would have taken you over? You don't think the Soviet
he
fucking
doesn't want to
Union?
talk to you, Ed.
Soviet Union.
He hung up. He didn't want to talk to you.
He's like, here we go.
Welcome to
Oh, he's
North.
still there.
Welcome to West Moscow, motherfucker. Canada would have been a fucking communist country if it wasn't for us. You and your stupid Mounties. You and your stupid red-suited, stupid hat Mountie. Yeah, let your Mounties fight. Let your Mounties fight.
I think they can
I know.
fight.
No, they can't. They're on horses.
They look a little
One
strange,
tank
but it
and they're
looks
all
like they can
dead.
fight.
One tank, they're dead.
They look like they can fight. Look at
They're
them.
stupid. They all have flags.
We can't
How do you
fight.
balance
You
that?
can't fight.
How do you balance that hat on your head?
Yeah, and you got the easiest fucking beach on D-Day, motherfuckers.
Just take care of yourself. That's all I'm saying.
Ah!
Take care of your citizens. Come on, stop being so selfish.
That's true.
it.
Yep.
Come on.
Selfish is no good.
Selfish.
By the way.
Yeah. Let me show you a check I wrote for my fucking taxes, so you can tell me how selfish I am.
Oh.
Blow me.
Oh, please.
Shut up.
Please. Bye.
Please what? Show you?
He's saying crime a river.
We are doing
Crime
our
a river.
We are doing our part.
Oh my
with the
God! Am I
taxes.
doing my fucking part?
I know that much.
Oh, it's fucking.
I'm doing my part.
Dude, the more fucking money I make, it's like every gig I do, whether it's fucking August 21st and 22nd.
Oh no!
I don't like the cheap plug, Jimmy.
That was a great
I don't like
plug.
the cheap plug. I thought he had a point to make.
He was in it. It was great.
I had a great joke to follow up with.
You were in the moment.
It's, I was just going to say that, let's just say, for instance, I'm doing August 21, 22. I'm in Wildwood at Club Casbah.
Nice.
Yeah. So what? People want to go 609-522-8444.
That's not important, right?
It means nothing. I haven't been to
Of
Wildwood
course.
in years. Small, intimate club setting.
see
You
it
want to
your way
come?
now. I'm
Have some
sorry.
fun. You don't want to come? It's not about that.
I'm sorry.
It's about health care.
Right.
If I trip and fall on the boardwalk, say I'm in between my sold-out late show and the early show the next day, who's going to care for me, Ope?
That's the point you're trying
Of
to make.
course it is.
What if little Jimmy gets a splinter on the boardwalk?
What if I get a splinter? I'm still going to go there and perform those shows.
Yes.
Who's going to
Where?
be there to help
Club
your hurting?
Casbah, Wildwood.
Club Casbah, okay.
August 21, 20. What better way to end the summer than by heckling?
Yes.
I haven't been to Wildwood in years. I'm nervous.
No,
Oh, it'll be
you're
great.
gonna kill.
Gangs.
Great gangs. The gangs of Wildwood.
Yes. Oh, no. It's the fucking sandy beaches. They're here against the Ferrises.
Awful gangs.
Oh, they're terrible.
Fruits.
Yeah, it's the fucking it's the sand granules against the mullets.
Okay.
But yeah, you can't say that you're not doing your part. You're paying taxes is like, oof.
Oh, my God.
It's brutal.
I've written a couple of fucking doozies myself.
Don't ask where all that money's going, though. That would be a crazy thing
It's,
to ask.
yeah.
How the fuck don't they have enough money to do everything they want with the taxes they take from us? It's amazing to me. Joe.
Yeah.
Hey.
I just wanted to let y'all in on all these damn bureaucrat-loving hippies that have tried to do this shit.
Can you say
before,
man after you say hippie?
With the flood insurance a couple decades ago, the government overtook that too.
Yep.
And if you go and try and find independent offer in flood insurance, you'll never find that anywhere because they.
What happened with this?
That's a great example. When the government took over
yeah.
flood insurance, holy shit! It get now you're beachside.
Now it's
try
easy.
to get fucking
well,
flood
with the
insurance.
well, you can because the government took over.
Oh,
so
yeah.
everyone gets
It's easy.
flood insurance now.
No,
right?
they assess
They
your.
went the other way with that.
They assess the threat of them having to pay you by living on the beach like an idiot. Yeah, and then they won't give you insurance.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing is that in the bill, all these government agencies, all the unions, and everything else is exempt. Sir, it's good enough for us, but it's not good enough for them, and that's just a crock. And if nobody can see that, I think they just got their head so far up their ass they should suffocate to death anyway.
All right.
And yes, the government took it over because no other insurance company even wanted to handle flood insurance anymore.
I'm offering it.
But are you?
Yeah,
Yes.
Ted's flood insurance.
Oh,
Yes.
Jesus. No.
Yes.
Yeah, Ted's flood
It's
insurance.
very popular.
Is it, Ted?
Where can I get this?
In certain states you can get it. Like you can get it in South Dakota.
But
That's very dry.
You can also
though.
get it in Chicago, in any skyscraper.
now I can understand that. What's the name of the insurance company so I could write it down?
Ted's Flood Safety and Security Emporium. We sell bags that you can put sand in or other items.
Oh, okay.
What other items would you put in the
safe.
sandbags?
Oh, many things. You can put rocks, hats, perhaps Super Bowls if you're giving them to friends.
How would a hat protect against flooding?
Oh, I'm not even thinking about flooding. I'm thinking about storage.
Okay.
Doesn't flood much in Ohio. $3,000 a month, I'll cover you.
Oh, that's nice.
I don't pay out, but if your house gets flooded, I come over there and I dry it off.
Oh, with some towels.
Yes, I do with a bunch of towelettes and buckets.
Ted's an asshole.
I like Ted's flood insurance.
Yes, I knew someone would cover it.
I think it's going to be a booming business for you, Ted.
Boomer has your house been carried away? Let me sop that right up for you.
Boomer from Jersey writes, Opie, when Ant calms down, remind him that Obama will soon be after his gas-guzzling Mustang and make him turn off that energy-wasting pool heater of his.
Yep.
Then sit back and smile.
Exactly.
Oh, he would never do that.
How's the cash for clunkers going? Good?
What was
Good?
that about?
They were giving, a few grand if you bring in your shitty car, your gas guzzler, and buy a new car, which kind of worked. I thought, I kind of like the cash for Clunkers program. That was good. It stimulates the car market a little bit. People were buying new cars, which, you kind of need that right now. So, all right, I kind of liked that.
All right.
There you go.
Phones are lit. We'll figure out what to do next. How's that? Anything going in a break? Marion Barry stopped by.
Now, there's a good politician.
Holy shit.
That's someone I want to say, God bless him.
We dragged him in studio on Friday. I think it's worth replaying. It's like 3 minutes. Maybe after the break we get into that. I think his HBO thing is running tonight.
I want to see that. His special looks really good.
Yeah. And he said, what did he said? He said he took a drag. He didn't.
Nobody knows what was in those.
He goes, no one knows what was in that pipe.
But what did he say about
It's
drag
like,
and inhale or something?
Did you smoke? He goes, I didn't smoke. I took a drag.
Right. That's what it was.
He didn't smoke. He took a
Fucking
drag.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Opie and Anthony, stay there. We learned during the break that Anthony's pool is set at 93 degrees.
Yes, on the weekends, I pump that thing up to about 93 degrees.
How about you spend less money on heating your pool and help the unfortunate?
Attaboy.
No.
Thank you, Jimmy.
By doing so, I am helping the less fortunate.
How?
By paying a giant electric bill. I don't know where that goes.
Does your pool really need to be 93? I know you like it warmer than most pools, but
doesn't need to be.
When does it get to a point where it's good enough? 80? Is 80 cold for you?
80. Here's the pool Anthony
like pools in the low to mid 70s feel really cold. But 80 would seem pretty nice.
No, here is the pool Anthony likes.
All right.
I walk in.
And you can't even tell that you're in water?
And I don't have to stop at the crotch level and go, oh. I don't have to stop at nipple level.
You just
and
jump
I don't
in.
have to stop at shoulder level.
Jump in and let it cool off your body immediately. Within 30 seconds to a minute, you feel very refreshed and you don't know the difference.
You're slightly chilly. I don't even like being slightly chilly in a pool. When it's really hot out and you jump in a cold pool, it's kind of like, I like it warm. And then when you get out and you're wet, it feels cool.
You
Because
don't even have to towel off.
No, now you're all cooling off. It's great.
You know how awful pools must have been like in ancient Greece or ancient Rome?
Ooh, no filter.
No filter.
No
just
chlorine.
lake water, fucking filthy bugs on them. What do they do?
Piss and shit.
Well, if they shit in the pool, but...
Maybe.
Your pool's really at 93 because people are shocked. Kyle S. from Indiana writes, 93, my hot tub is set at 97.
My hot tub is at 104.
That's
because
hot.
Jimmy made me so angry.
Why? I didn't mean to.
By calling it gazpacho.
What was wrong with his hot tub there? Or the
Nothing.
jacuzzi?
If you've been scalded in a fire and they have to cool you off, his hot tub was perfect.
It wasn't hot.
Yeah, it was a fucking cold. It was a tub. It was a bubbling fucking ice bucket.
It was the first time I was using it, and I couldn't figure it out, and I still can't figure it out totally yet. But the propane heater heats that one.
And
the electric one heats the pool. And then I crank it up, but then I shut it off completely and then let the temperature go down. And then as the week goes on, I let the temperature go down, and then I boost it back up for the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
But today it's going to be like over 90 degrees in New York. So I'm not going to turn the heater on. I'm just going to get in and fucking jump in.
So if it's going to be over 90, that means your water is going to be hotter than the air temperature in your pool.
Yeah.
That's weird.
But that way when you get
Don't you
out...
want it a little cooler?
No. That way when I get out, you feel cool.
You feel hot as shit.
No, because the
90's
water
hot.
was hot. Now you get out and the air temperature is cooler. So now you're like,
That's the logic? Okay. Yeah, but then if you have a cooler, whatever.
I'm coming over
a
next
cooler
week,
pool,
by the way.
Your body temperature is nice and cool, so then it feels
It actually
cooler
feels
when you're out.
very good, and it feels very buoyant. You feel very buoyant
And
in warmer
what's
water.
with falling asleep on top of the,
I
the
did
water
that.
on a floating thing for 2 hours on Friday?
I did that Friday.
He's showing us his sunburn. It's not good, Jimmy.
I was
Not
very
good.
I was very tired Friday, and we did the show. Got home, had a beer, and then I was like, it's such a nice day. I hate the idea of, and we have to nap and shit like that. Hate the idea of napping when it's a great day out. So I said,
the worst
"You know what?
feeling
I'm
when
gonna
you
get
have
my
to
shorts.
Go get your nap.
I'm gonna get my little floaty mat and put it in the pool and lay down on that for a little while and just relax."
Right.
So I'm relaxing, and then all of a sudden I woke up and I looked at my watch, and it was 2 hours that I'd been laying there in the pool with the sun beating. There is nary a leaf shadow on my pool either. It's not like, I hate when people go, you got to keep the pool in the shade. Like, people set up their pool to put it in the shade. No, the sun's got to beat on it.
Yeah, as soon as the sun goes down behind your neighbor's house, you're like, this
now
pool
it sucks. Yeah, so you need it in the sun.
Yeah.
So I was just floating around in the sun for 2 hours and got so burned.
You're just
I got like
completely
really
passed out in your pool, just floating around.
Yeah,
getting burned.
getting burned.
Do you use
getting barbecued?
Do you use the jacuzzi in winter or no?
No, it's hooked up to the same plumbing as the pool. So once you close the pool up, everything's got to get closed
That's
up.
bullshit. Why didn't you have that separate so you could
Well,
do the run out in the middle of winter and jump in your?
No, I'm not really
your hot
one of
tub.
no. You know what I like in the winter? I like the fireplace roaring, the high def on, sitting there with a nice cold brewski, just on the couch. That's the winter for me. Or down in the theater, down in the theater, as Sal calls it, the theater. Another thing, beer, movie. The summer, the pool.
I'm coming over next week. I'll say it again. I'm going to have a snack list. Things I expect to be there waiting.
By the
with
way,
glee.
Are you saying he doesn't have
Giant
snacks,
thing.
Jimmy?
What's that?
You're saying he doesn't have snacks?
It's fucking awful.
Chips and
Flies were landing on me.
salsa.
Worst snacks ever?
Got
Lack of.
Got real pretzels now.
JetBlue has better snacks than Anthony's house.
Blue chips.
Yeah, he came by and handed us each a little bag of peanuts. So we'll be landing in 6 hours. Enjoy.
Enjoy the cold pool.
By the way, Keith in Philly, please tell Ant that I'll be over tonight because my stove is broken and I'm going to use his pool to boil eggs.
Yes.
Yeah, you really could burl a potato. My
Burl?
father used to say that.
Burl.
I'd be real hot. I'd say, I want to put the air on. He'd say, go burl a potato on yourself.
Burl.
I hate the word burl. Hey, we got to get this story on the air. A man was hiding a gun in his fat rolls. I'm sure you heard the story
yes.
by now, but we got to get it on for the people.
It was a misunderstanding.
Yes. Yes. It was a plastic dick. And they weren't fat rolls. They were my butt cheeks.
Jesus. And you can get money back from Obama if you change your heater for your pool, you know.
It's a brand new heater.
Yeah, but you get money for that
No,
stuff.
I won't. It's brand new.
Let's ask
It's a high
Ben in Philly.
efficiency.
Ben.
Hey guys, yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
hey, Obama's got money set aside that you can get money back if you change out that heater to a solar thermal heater. It'll take
Solar?
your pool up to about 140 degrees, but he'll give you like 50% back for every dollar that you spend on it. Plus, it'll pay itself off in 2 years.
There you go.
Solar heater.
Yeah, what's wrong with the solar
Stop
heating?
it, because the sun hasn't been out in fucking 3 months in New York.
That'll store it up, though.
Yeah, sure.
They use the same thing for hospitals, and you're a smart guy. Take a black hose, run it on your fancy little pool deck there.
Yeah, you take
and
a
that
black hose,
will heat
motherfucker.
up to about
Jesus. He's just trying to help you out. My God.
I am running a fucking propane heater and a heat pump. Two of the most least economical ways to heat a pool.
Would actually be fucking. You should actually hire somebody with matches to light them and then jump in quickly.
That's it. I have a blacksmith that heats up horseshoes and just throws them in the deep end.
Good day, guys.
All
Thanks.
right, let's go to Kevin. Kevin.
Anthony, dude, how come you don't have the blow-up a pool cover? Come on, man.
What? The solar heat cover?
No. It's a completely enclosed blow-up balloon.
Oh, like so you could use it in the winter.
Yeah.
Because I have a bi-level setup, my friend. It's the pool, and then it steps up.
Wait, what's this balloon thing?
It's like you ever see on the
Like
practice,
you're giving your own pool a dome?
Yeah, you ever see the practice things like we went to at the football game at Giants?
You can do that with your
Stadium?
pool now?
Yeah.
That's the latest technology?
Yeah,
Why don't you
well,
do
it's
that?
been around for a while.
Could you do that?
I don't know. I got a bi-level thing.
You get
going
bi-level
on.
fucking domes?
Dude, how cool would that be at your house?
Dude, that'd be great. We could fucking hang out all winter, sit in the fucking thing.
Be scary.
Let me see what one of those looks like. I've never heard of that before.
I'd be frightened.
It probably goes around the pool. You heat
How
it
high up does it go, Kevin?
It's 2 feet.
The sizes
Everybody
it
ducks.
varies.
Huh?
The sizes vary. It just depends on the pool. I mean, it's got to be, it's going to be a custom-made thing, of course, for Anthony's pool, I'm sure.
Dude, you got to get one of those.
One of those.
It would look a little ugly in your backyard, but who gives a
You know
shit?
what, though?
You could use your pool. You have the greatest pool, and you could swim in the winter.
But I'd still have to heat the pool then in the winter, which is a lot more than the
You're-
fucking summer.
Jeez, come on, man.
What? I'm not heating. How do you heat a pool when the weather is fucking under 30 degrees with a heat pump?
Well, the
You
dome.
tell me,
But if you,
Mr.
have
Air
a,
Conditioner.
if you have a dome, you're keeping a lot of heat in, no?
And also, you could probably get heaters in the dome that would keep the pool a little bit
Fuck,
warmer.
that looks cool as shit.
I live in.
But
I
is
live
shit
in,
cool? Probably
Okay,
not.
we
Yes,
get,
it is.
We get all the same weather.
All right, Kevin. He's not listening to you.
All right, Kevin.
He's
No,
not
I-
checking text
I had to
messages,
check
so
a
you
text.
bored him.
We don't know what you're talking about, Kevin.
Oh, great. It's a day where it's fucking 90 degrees. They're putting a new door on my house. And Ange now has the air conditioner on full blast with a giant hole in the front of my house. So
Nice.
more energy. Just
There you go.
I am the biggest waste of energy. Is me.
You're personally ruining the environment. You know
I'm
that.
trying.
Let's look into this, Matt. This,
So, wait
this,
a minute, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Rowan here is suggesting I paint my pool with thermite paint to heat it up. It's
not a bad idea.
Thermite paint.
Not a bad idea. Heats up pretty good.
A gun found on an inmate in the Harris County Jail. Tonight, the Sheriff's Department says the inmate actually told them he was packing heat after being behind bars for hours. How did he hide the weapon?
You know, we asked him personally and he wouldn't say, but we're told it was actually hidden between layers of his skin. This is
So then you do know.
Yeah.
Layers. How does it?
You got to be a fat fuck.
Nobody went to put their hand under fat rolls.
Yeah.
You want to
You
search
know.
through a man's fat rolls when he's getting locked up?
skin. This is 25-year-old George Vera. We found him at home out on bond after Houston police confirmed that he was able to hide a weapon for more than a day while in custody.
Obviously, the system broke down and the procedures didn't work as they're designed to work.
Police tell us Vera was arrested August 2nd by Houston police officers and taken to the city jail. He spent a day there before being transferred to the Harris County Jail. After being there for 14 hours going through the intake procedures, he's taken to the showers, the final step before going to his cell. There, Vera tells police he has a weapon.
If a person has a weapon or narcotics or anything of danger on them, they should be found before he ends up in the county jail.
Now we're talking about a gun that would be about this size along with not one but 2 magazines, going through potentially 3 searches.
Yeah, 2 magazines.
The shower he do would probably fuck him up, though. But he
Yeah,
should have left it in the
maybe.
back of a police car, so he should have just left it in his cell.
How much did he weigh?
I don't know.
600 pounds.
140.
600. Jesus.
140. Under his bag.
Yeah, it was all
He's got
cocked, this
giant
kid.
balls.
The officer may not have encountered someone this large.
See, Vera weighs nearly 600
Oh, there it
pounds, and the gun was allegedly hidden between layers. Houston Police Officers Union President Gary Blankenship says cadets are trained how to search morbidly obese people.
We teach the officers to lift up and look under, and if it's there, it needs to be searched.
But he says clearly that system does not always work.
You know, they can be so big that just basically short of strip searching the person and doing cavity searches, you could miss something like this.
Now, both Houston Police and the Harris County Sheriff's Office are doing internal investigations to figure out how this could have happened. Blankenship says they also need to look at changing the way they actually train the officers to search the morbidly obese, possibly also adding handheld metal detectors.
Of course. The morbidly obese.
When do you get
morbid?
When do you get morbidly obese? What number?
I don't know. There's a line between, like, you're obese, and then you just step over a line, and it just goes into morbidity.
What's the actual definition of morbidly
Yeah.
obese?
I don't know.
I want to know now.
What's the number?
Rock.
What's the number?
E-Rock.
E-Rock.
He's not morbidly obese. He's just obese.
His tweets about the fucking plane and helicopter drove me nuts.
He's terrible.
The worst reporter ever. He was right there. What the fuck?
He's fucking horrendous with his fucking bra marks.
Can we
under
read
his
some of
breast.
his? Can we read some of his tweets from the big weekend as the big
Oh
reporter?
yeah, he really thought people were just going to be glued to his tweets.
He lives on the Hudson River on the other side in Jersey, and this thing happened pretty much right outside his front door.
Yeah.
So he was able to get down in this park that was in the area immediately. He was right there on the scene. So he got excited, started tweeting like crazy. I bought into it, and I told a lot of people to follow E-Rock for breaking news.
Oh.
And then I had to turn off my Twitter. I was so embarrassed that I told people to go to E-Rock. The one where he says, here's a picture of them pulling a dead body out of the water, and there was nothing in the picture.
Nothing.
He hasn't been on the air to defend himself yet, right? Danny,
No.
you got some of the better tweets from the weekend?
Well, I have all of them here.
Start from the beginning.
Yeah, he starts at 8:39 on August 8th.
It was in the morning, this thing?
Yeah, oh, no, I'm sorry, 9:54. 9:54 a.m.
Oh, so this happened in the morning, this whole crash. I didn't know that. Okay.
Was he just happened to be around? Of course he was. Fucking.
What else has he got going on?
Oh, he's walking down the hall slow. He's not happy.
Why his big pink nipples heavy? Slow fade nips.
See if he's got those bra marks.
You see if Tracy Lords can come in.
Let's see if he's got those bra marks under his.
Hi, E-Rock. Go ahead, Danny.
Anthony wants to see if you have bra marks under your breast.
Oh, I got to go for him.
Well, the first tweet here says, great. 2 planes collide over the Hudson between Hoboken and NYC. I'm not making it home anytime soon.
Oh,
Where were you?
poor E-Rock.
In the helicopter.
No, I was on the belt going to the Battery Tunnel.
So why wouldn't you be home soon?
Exactly. Where do you live, in the Hudson?
Because I just turned on the radio and they said that it happened, so I didn't know how long ago that it happened.
Where were you going at that hour?
I was coming back into the
And
city.
how is something crashing in the Hudson going to affect you on
the
the
LIE. Why wouldn't you get home anytime soon when you're going to Manhattan from the east?
Because they
Point?
said Hoboken, and you come out of the tunnel right at Hoboken.
All right, so it's a tunnel, though. It's under, it's under
Yeah,
the
exactly.
action.
Yeah, it's underneath.
Underneath everything.
I'm not going to be home
It's
anytime
probably the
soon.
best- it's probably the best place to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think you were?
Because you don't have, like, rubberneckers and stuff. You're in a tunnel underneath the action.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
More-
Back to
more
Danny.
tweets?
Yeah, we have these.
All right, well, about 9 minutes later, correction. Plane and helicopter.
So I should be home on time. See, because that makes no sense, too.
Well, 30 minutes later, he made it because it says, came through the battery. West Side is flooded with media and emergency. Pics soon.
Now everybody's going, all right.
right.
Fuck the news. I got a guy on the scene.
I got E-Rock
that's gonna
radio.
be twittering pics.
And this is why E-Rock's not going to make it home on time, because you were going to stop and take photographs.
Right.
Well, he did make it home because 11:16 a.m. Watching it from Hoboken now. Can't find my damn camera.
Uh-oh.
Why would you be able to?
What happened to your camera?
I left it at my brother's house.
Don't you have a camera on your phone?
Yeah, but that's what I took all those shitty
There's
photos
a fucking
with.
helicopter crash, and the one time you don't have your camera.
I know.
You're a fool.
Well, we can continue.
All right.
Plane/copter crash. So now we're just getting the recap in case you've been missing the
Yeah,
tweets.
Okay.
Emergency on West Side Highway. Close as I could get. And then there's a link to a picture.
All right. What does the picture look like?
Let's take a look.
It's a hot dog.
Be honest, Danny. Be honest.
Well, it's fire trucks. And a car, or two.
Mm-hmm.
It's really very uneventful.
It looks like
Phosphorus,
it
Get
looks like
over there. They closed it off.
it looks like
But
they
you're a reporter.
You took a picture of fucking trees and fire
fire
trucks.
trucks.
It was a water problem.
How old are you, 7?
It looks like the Green Lawn Fireman's Fair.
You should at least got a boat in the water somewhere.
I know.
I wasn't near the water yet.
It looks like a St. Patrick's Day parade
That's
in
the
Florida.
St. Patrick's Day parade.
I can't even tell if this is New York. It looks like
That's
it could
from
be
the
Florida.
battery up to like
All right,
30
all right.
on the West Side Highway.
All right. Can't
got-
blame him for one bad picture.
Get a
Keep
picture
going,
of some
Danny.
trucks.
Fire truck. So it's setting up.
Yeah.
It's got to set up to the big one.
Uh-oh, what?
I wish I was following E-Rock at 12 p.m.
Oh, shit.
Because they just pulled a body out. All I saw was Tanner beige, no idea man or woman. But here's a pic.
Ooh,
Here's a
please
pic
click
of
on
a
the
body. This has got to be gross. Did you put a warning? Did you put a warning?
Fuck.
Let me see.
Oh, nice.
that water.
No. Take off that postcard of the Hudson River. I want to see E-Rock's body picture.
Where's the body?
You could see the body. The phone didn't really capture it, but you saw it as they pulled it out of the water.
Point it out with your finger.
Where is it?
The dead body?
Point here.
Jimmy, explain the picture we're looking at before he tries to point out the body.
It's 80% lake. There's 3 small ships and buildings in the back. It's a fucking postcard.
It's a majestic postcard.
Of 3 boats on the Hudson River with buildings in the back.
Greetings.
Yeah. All right, where's the body?
That was a great
Jimmy,
take from the Hubble.
Where's he pointing?
At this
Somewhere
point,
near ship number 1. It couldn't be unclearer.
At this point, the body was just lifted off this little black boat right to the end of the police boat.
Oh, good.
Right
So he's
there.
on the boat. So we're supposed to be able to see over the ledge. And on. Danny, can you blow that picture up? Could you pull it over?
Let me. I know with Postura's photos, you click on them and they get bigger. So let's.
Yeah.
E-Rock.
There we go. Nice and blowed up there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, there it is. Oh, that's Fred. I know who he is.
What the fuck is
He lived in Schenectady.
I still don't know. By the way, because it's at the end of the show, we let the camera jokes go, but boy, the listeners certainly have it.
Oh.
You want a few of these?
Sure.
All right. Did you search your fat rolls for the camera? Too many people to give credit on that one. That is the joke coming in right now.
Shit.
And then someone, dog shit sniffer, suggesting, E-Rock, keep your camera in your fridge. You'll never lose it.
All right, that's as close as we can get.
All right, back to...
That's blown up 200,000 times, and I still can't see anything.
That looks like spring break
Where's
on
the
Lake
dead body,
Havasu.
E-Rock?
How the fuck was I supposed to show the body with a zoom on a camera phone?
Then how about you say I don't have a picture of the
exactly.
body?
Yeah.
Don't you understand the problem? You go, wow, they're pulling a dead body out of the huts, and then and then there's a link to a picture. We expect dead body.
Did you look at the picture before you wrote the post?
No. Say, here's water.
No.
I'm busy. I'm
It's
watching
like,
them pull
here's
a body out.
Let me just randomly hit a picture of boats.
They pull the first body out. They drag it up.
We don't know still.
It's right somewhere in that black
There's
blob
no
there.
indication.
You mean Atari basketball that you're pointing to?
Yeah, exactly. Look how pixelated it is.
I love how he got really mad. He goes, "It's right," and then realized himself, "Oh yeah, there's just garbage there."
That could be anything.
All right, any more tweets there,
Oh, there's
Danny?
plenty of tweets.
Swamp gas.
Let's see. In the same minute, there's a lot of tweets happening.
Wow.
Same minute. Some press stuff. Black box was retrieved.
Yeah, the mayor just showed up.
And another photo.
Oh, it must be the black box.
What's the photo of?
Of the black box?
Is that
First
Bloomberg?
press conference they're
That's a
holding
press
there.
Is
conference.
that Bloomberg?
No.
No, why would it be?
What mayor is it?
Just a guy, a bunch of people look at him.
The acting mayor of Hoboken.
Oh, wow.
That's just like getting Mayor Bloomberg.
Bloomberg, yeah.
Fucking-
The acting mayor of Hoboken.
He's the acting mayor.
Exactly.
The girl in the blue right there.
We don't even know who it is.
Wait, that's the acting mayor?
Yeah, the original mayor got arrested.
Yeah, with that.
Oh, right, with that whole thing that was
weird
going on.
sting
Dawn
operation.
Zimmer, I think her name is.
No,
Is
no
she
one cares.
all right? I can't say.
I already
All right.
forgot her name.
It's amazing.
They
One
told me
state
10
over.
seconds ago.
No one knows Dawn Zimmer.
Nah.
Yeah.
Why would we?
And then the governor showed up a little bit.
Yeah. Do you got a picture of that?
I tried to get a picture with him.
Did you
Yeah,
get
I've
a
got
pic-
one already. Welcome to the club. Now, do you have a picture of him?
No, the security said no and to get away.
No photos of him?
No, no photos with him.
Oh.
Well, yeah, of course.
Wow.
Any other tweets there, Danny?
Of course.
Okay.
There's been a fucking aircraft disaster, and you want to do a photo shoot with the governor.
Yep.
Hey, could Corzine throw up a gang sign for me?
Well, this one just says search and rescue on the Hudson.
Cool. This must be a really
And
intense
there's a picture
photo
too. So
Yeah, I want to see this.
of nothing that resembles search and rescue. It's a dock and more water, but it's farther away. Good thing you backed up to take this one.
it's the Staten Island Ferry.
That
as you
is
can
the
get.
same thing. It's just a postcard again.
What? You can get that picture any day of the week. You know that, right?
Oh, you can take 2 pictures?
Did you take binoculars, turn them backwards, and then put the lens against it?
This one's a lot
How
better.
far can you go with an iPhone or a BlackBerry?
Apparently not more than 3 miles, which is what you tried.
Why are you getting mad that we're pointing out your shitty pictures?
No, I know they're shitty, but I mean, I couldn't get any closer to it, so I just described what everybody else was seeing.
Here's what we're saying is I could go out right now and take that picture. There's constantly police boats on the river.
Sure.
There's nothing happening there.
That's when they were pulling up bodies.
All right.
They weren't pulling up
Danny,
bodies.
we got to be done with the tweets from E-Rock Radio.
What are you
right?
crazy?
No.
All right. Well, here there's no picture on this one, but this says
no.
Hold on. Bert from Buffalo. I bet E-Rock's lunch is in a black box. Sorry, E-Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's very informative. They're getting in position to attempt to raise the helicopter. Just overheard that they are.
Yeah.
Could be someone still in helicopter on shore.
Well, the odds are pretty good.
Yeah.
Well,
you need to learn which there is the proper there.
Yeah, well,
If he put, did he put THEIR?
No, he put THEY''RE.
For what?
They are.
For there
Instead of
could
the-
be someone still in
So
helicopter.
they are could be someone in helicopter.
I typed it wrong. All right.
They are someone could be.
They are is.
I'm not allowed to comment. That's all I know.
Well,
I may have a problem with a few of those words.
There is
that TO and TOO. Woof. That's a
really?
rough one.
TOO is also.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's all.
Sometimes it just feels good to do it.
2 is go to hell.
I never,
Go to hell.
I never make those mistakes with there or to.
No, you're
never.
Jimmy's very smart.
In high school, I was voted boy least likely to mix up twos or theirs.
Sort of niche.
Sure was. They wouldn't put it in the yearbook.
You got another tweet?
Because I mixed up cunt with girlfriend a lot.
Yes, Danny.
Well, on the instant feedback, C-Rock in Ottawa says, search and rescue for E-Rock. It would be to find his penis under those rules. Anyway, but back to the E-Rock tweets. Some lady observer just told Fox News, quote, this probably isn't as big an operation as the last crash because B people survived last time. WTF. You should proofread these things before you hit that button.
Oh, what is he trying to say?
I don't know.
No, the lady was saying that
Good
this
thing you
wasn't.
said lady. What did you say? Lady spokesman?
No, a lady spoke to some reporter saying that this probably isn't as big a deal because on the last one there were survivors. There wasn't survivors on this one.
Oh, so it's not that big a deal.
It's old hat to her.
Oh, this is going to be a good fucking photo.
All right, what does it say?
Cool. Awesome. Another body, best I could do.
Holy shit. Now this is the best he can do, so this has to be good. Whoa. Another body. Turn it slow because I get grossed out.
Yeah, they had a floating stretcher and everything for the second
Let me
body.
see.
Let's see.
Yeah.
How can you see from here?
Oh, my God.
Jesus, E-Rock.
What the
It's the same picture as the first one.
It's the same. I cannot tell the difference between that picture and the
Yes,
first
you can.
one.
The caption tells you the difference right up there.
Where's the dead body in this picture?
The dead body is being pulled up on this boat right there. They laid out this floating stretcher thing that they lay the body on and then pull it up.
Which 4 pixels represent the body?
Yeah.
Those 4 right there.
That is... This is the worst reporting on a fucking plane crash ever.
Your reporting really is a disappointment.
Really?
The pictures are terrible.
They're terrible.
15 minutes into it now.
They're fucking terrible.
All right. Well, you can point all you want.
Yeah,
we still
it's
can't
there.
see it. All right. We'll take your word
It's
for
there.
it. Any other, Danny?
You didn't see the arms like you saw in the first body.
See the arms and any of them.
Any arms.
So the hull of the ship.
Well, there's more tweets if you guys
Oh,
want.
yeah.
Well, this one says they're finding found parts of the plane on Sinatra Drive, a tire and a small part of the landing gear.
Did you see this?
Yeah.
Let's see a picture.
No picture.
Why would there be?
Why not? If you saw it.
but you didn't get
I
a
couldn't
picture.
get close enough to get a
Nah,
photo
of course,
that
but
one.
your eyes could catch it.
Not like the other
No,
ones where
there
you
were better
plenty
photos
close.
online, so I didn't bother.
Right.
Yeah, why do
Unlike
it
the
for your
boats?
followers?
Well, 2 minutes later, because I guess everybody got bored of the landing gear tweet, is there a trend for this crash on Twitter? What should I be posting? Someone send me the number sign.
Somebody was sending me messages like you should be putting this in a trend, so I didn't know what the trend was.
Oh, wow. Shit.
Yeah, apparently the trend was to post worthless things.
So then he trends Hudson River. More plane pieces washing up in Hoboken.
No pictures?
No picture.
Not why.
Why would there be?
Oh, there's supposed to be.
Nope. 20 minutes later, there is, I think the NJ governor just showed up.
Oh.
No pictures.
No.
No, you don't want the governor or the plane parts. Get the fucking lady from Hoboken.
No, there was photos
The
of those.
lady.
Yes, lady spokesman and the 8 mile away fucking ships.
Fucking.
It was a lady observer, James. Closing the park now. My guess, they're bringing bodies this way. Or wreckage.
Why are you guessing?
Because that's what the cops were saying. That's why they wanted you out of the park.
Oh. Why would they bring the bodies to the park?
Because they found one of them was closer to Hoboken than towards New York City, so they were going to use that park area.
Why wouldn't they just bring it to the like hospital morgue or
I
the?
don't know. The FBI showed up and the cops just moved everyone out.
The FBI's right here, a fucking blithering idiot.
That's pretty good, though, Iraq. You shouldn't throw his gum. That was pretty brilliant. Off the cuff stuff right there. That's brilliant. Are we done, Dan?
No.
Oh, please say
Jesus.
we are. Yes.
Well, this one's 2 minutes later from the last one. Ugh. Posterous or posterous, whatever, is slow posting photos. More are coming. Dunno when they'll show up.
Yeah, they showed up later up here.
Well, then after that, it's okay. Overhearing that they're using spelled USEING. Hoboken side to maybe pull the helicopter later. No pictures. Later on, park is closed. This is my favorite one, I think. Police sectioning off entire park. Some media being allowed to stay on park's edge. Sirius XM business card doesn't cut it. What would you even do there if they let you stay?
I did. I wound up sneaking in, but I was just hanging out watching everything.
But what is your why do you feel that you needed to be connected to this in some way?
I don't. I had nothing else to do. It was right there, so
You
I just
love-
hung out.
I don't blame him that he was right there.
We all know Iraq loves tragedy.
I blame him for not getting any good photos.
Okay, I picked up someone's cable and walked where the media is. I'm allowed to stay, comma, I'm helping.
I picked up some of the cable for WNBC4, and I just kind of walked in with them. Mm-hmm. Nobody said anything, so I stayed.
Nice. We're not
This
over
is
here
riveting.
anymore, are we?
Oh, there's plenty more.
All right, I think you get the point.
There's plenty.
Holy
We still have
10:30.
at least 15 to 20 tweets left.
Oh, my God.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I'll go through them quick if you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
Fox News reporter annoyed she has to keep retaking black. So I guess he was photographing some reporter. Here, NJ governor. Let's see what the photo is there. Oh, there you go.
No, she was annoyed. I like that tweet. She was
Oh,
annoyed
there it
because her hair was in the way or something.
Yeah, she had
and
to keep
was getting all pissed
retaking.
off.
Yeah, because her hair was blowing in her face.
Right.
And then
didn't
she
give
was
a shit
adjusting
that-
her underwear from the front later on.
Oh, good.
Everybody was just watching her.
Here, more
Twat huggers.
This one says believed to be more plain pieces.
This is what the cops said, and this is why they closed the.
It's
'cause
either
these
that
pieces
or,
started
or discarded Quiznos wrappers. You made the call.
fiberglass. It's curved.
That could be your toilet bowl at home.
I know, there's
with
no
a couple pieces
scale.
of paper in it. We have no idea. Yeah,
It
the
just
scale
started
of that
washing up
picture.
on the rocks there,
But
so
when
they
you take a
closed the
picture
park.
like that, you need some kind of scale.
That could be a space photo.
Right.
It looks like Antarctica from space.
Yeah.
It's nothing like fucking
You
plane
need
wreckage.
scale in photos like that.
Give me a wing picture.
something.
Unbelievably bad.
I should have just dove in and got a photo with it.
Yes, you
then.
should have.
Oh, please.
As the fucking thing was falling, you should try to catch it.
Cannonball to make a tsunami over on the west side.
Toxic boy from Norfolk. Sirius XM business card doesn't cut it. Douche chill.
Oh.
Are we done, Dan?
No, because Eric has to take a break from this legitimate reporting that he's doing
For
to
lunch?
say there is a lady with a cowboy hat with a mic that says "quote NTV" in front of a camera. What network is that? Seriously. Keep it clean, folks.
He didn't write keep it clean, folks.
I
yeah,
know
he
what he
did.
meant.
Don't know if news has this already, so this is an exclusive, I guess.
Oh, an E-Rock radio
Oh,
exclusive.
wow.
Hearing the helicopter people, family from Italy, the rest are shopping in NYC. Police trying to track down. Phone died, but new battery. Rescue called off. We'll resume at 7 a.m. tomorrow for recovery from what is being said here.
Where'd you find a new battery? You ran home and got it?
No, I had
Just happen to have a spare battery for your phone?
no the plug in the car. The phone charger in the car.
Yeah.
So this whole thing, I'm just looking here. It started at the tweeting started at 9:54. Now we're at 3:42. So this is a big day for Eric.
6 hours.
Yeah.
And not one helpful bit of information
Nothing.
or photo.
Well, Eric
Or
asks,
photo.
what network is this? She's speaking jibber jabber, so I'm guessing something European. And then there's a photo, so let's take a look.
This
Oh,
is like
good.
your old bit, what the F?
Oh, I love What the F.
Yeah, there's all these.
When are you bringing back What the F, E-Rock?
I don't know.
I forgot about that.
Can you bring back What the F, please? There's a lot going on in the news. You should be ready for a good
What was it? What the F? What was it? What was one? I forgot those.
I forgot too. What the F was one.
What the fuck is with pennies? Who uses them anyway?
Give us one of your old What the Fs. For real, I don't remember.
One of them was What the F? Oh crap! It was orange drink tastes like orange, but grape tastes different depending on who makes it. Why doesn't I'm forgetting it now. It was something about those stupid little fruit drinks with the silver peel, where orange always tastes like orange no matter who makes it, but the grape and cherry always taste different.
I've never wanted a gun as badly as I do right now.
And it always ends with What the F.
What
It starts
the F?
What the F, then he does his What the F, and then it ends with What the F.
What the F?
The exclamation point is What the F at the end. All right. Thanks, E-Rock.
What?
Yeah.
What?
It's fantastic. Oh,
What?
of course, there's probably tons more.
I mean, there's more tweets. Don't you want to know how this ends?
There's nothing
Jimmy's
important.
leaving the studio. He didn't even say he was leaving.
Jimmy's
he just got up
had
and
it.
left.
But they found some kind of a ring at a building near Sinatra Little League field.
What kind of ring?
I don't know. There's no picture.
Wait, like a ring on the ground, like a UFO ring, or a ring finger,
Or like an
type
engagement ring or something.
Some kind of
could
ring
be-
from the plane.
Oh, a ring from the plane.
People are packing up, E-Rock.
Hey, wait, this one sounds good. I think this might be the crescendo here. A last shot, 2 orange floats. That's the helicopter. Where are you going? Don't you want to see it?
Yeah.
Dude, check this out. Check out the orange floats, dude.
All right. No fucking way.
Yeah, dude.
There's nothing there.
They're there.
No,
They're there. I saw them.
they're not there.
I don't know why I didn't show up there, but they're there.
There's
they're right in the
nothing
center.
there. There's nothing there.
That's where the helicopter was.
It's not.
It's calm water.
Which there did you use, by the way?
Exactly.
THERE.
Nice.
They are there.
THEIR.
There. There.
Everybody should be following Big Duties on Twitter. IES and Duties, because I have a feeling that there's going to be some major shit going on
Is
today.
that you, E-Rock? Big duties?
No.
I have a feeling there's going to be some big news outside of my house
Big
today.
news. Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely.
What? What happened?
I don't know. I just get a bad vibe.
Yeah, probably will be.
You should probably follow me all day today.
Is this inside
I
shit?
will.
What are you
No.
talking about?
I have to go. My agent has
I could
birthday
just-
gifts for me.
I could
Really?
just see scene of where there was a big car wreck here, Quiet Street.
Oh, I see. Ah.
Take care, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Jimmy.
See you tomorrow.
Wow, E-Rock, no, that was good.
That was riveting.
I
good
wasn't
job, Eric.
following, which sucks.
Ending the show strong.
Yeah,
all good.
that's what we always achieve and or try to achieve, and failed miserably today.
Nah. Worst of the week content. This is great.
Oh,
Good
you think
stuff.
this is gonna make?
Oh yeah, this will be top 5.
Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Oh, hold on, I gotta unplug this. Let me get this plug. There we go. Oh my God!
Stop touching my stuff.
Right there.
Hey, you're tearing my card.
2 orange floats.
Orange floats. That's what you had for fucking lunch.
Oh, that'd be delicious.
Did the orange taste like orange?
Yes, it did.
Were they grape floats next to it? But they're always different.
Cherry floats taste different.
See, it all relates.
It all relates.
It all works around.
It all goes back to food.
Can we go home now?
Yes.
Yeah, let's get the fuck
Let's
out
go
of here,
home.
man. I got a pool to swim in.
Yeah, Ann has a pool. I have to swim in.
Exactly.
I obviously don't have a pool to swim in.
Yes, you do.
No, I
You got
don't.
an open invite.
No, I don't.
Hey, for you, the door is open.
Ooh.
Actually, for everybody, it is because I'm having a new door put in.
I actually felt good about myself for a second.
Now anyone
I
can
realized
just
anyone
walk
can
in.
walk in your front door today.
Exactly. Oops.
It's the only day you tell me I got an open door.
Open door
Invite.
policy at my
Great,
house.
thanks. All right, guys, it was fun for a Monday. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.